Hey, like we always do at this time, Wednesday night, no strings. All right, a little bit late, but we here. We here, damn it. Technical difficulties, life difficulties, but we still here for the people. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. We definitely appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up if you appreciate what we do. Hit the thumbs down if you ain't feeling it. That's cool too. Everybody feel a way about yay, but at least y'all feel something. Jump in the comments, tell us how we can improve. Or just tell me how dope my hair look that I'm growing it out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. I think this is probably the last show of the year because I think Christmas is on a Wednesday. So this is probably it for the year.
You said you was going live on Christmas.
I know. I say a lot of stuff to her.
Lying. Look, I was really prepping for it too. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go.
I might still go live on Christmas. I just didn't want to, commit nobody else to that. You know what I'm saying? I might jump on it and do something. What up, man? Cousin Torin in the building, man. AKA I Runs Wild. AKA Realist. What up, Torin?
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. It's been a day, so I'm ready to talk my ish. I got my drink, so if y'all got y'all drinks, pull up, sip up, and let's talk this ish tonight.
I got that drink in my cup. What happened to that Negro? What's his name? Is he a Negro? Is he
I think Kirk Banks.
Yeah, what happened to him? Is he still rapping? What is he doing?
Yeah, he was just on the radar performing that same damn song. But hey, it's a classic and people love it.
He got two joints, right? He got the drink in my cup and then the what your name is, right? He got two joints, Torian. Oh, hey.
But I'm just saying the song he was performing on there was Drink in My Cup.
Yeah, but both of them go though. I ain't gonna lie. Both of them
go. They some classics, and he from Houston too, so gotta represent.
They are classics. We got Lionel in the building. What up, Lionel?
What up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. We'll be back with the vibes and get into our normal bob right before Christmas. This might be the last time y'all see us this year, so let's just let that shit sink in.
Right. You dig? We in the building though right now, man. I'm gonna have to play some Kurt Cobain before I get up out of here. Why did he never get sued by the rock stars estate? I don't know. What up, Shay?
Hey, Shay.
I see you in here. Let's go. We gotta get to these birds of the week. We got birds. We gotta end the year. We gotta end. We should have did a best of. I might do that. I might have to go back through some of these shows and do a compilation of some of the best birds we had this year. This was our first year we did the bird thing. So birds of the week. So let's go, man. We got a whole flock to get to, and then we're gonna talk about the Black family in crisis. Is it a crisis? How can we fix it? Solutions based before we end the year. You dig? Plus a bunch of stories that went viral. We'll get to that as well. Y'all jump in the comments, man. Make that live and what it was. We appreciate it. We do not censor the chat, but we do clap back if y'all get to acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got the hat. I start the show off now with the, so everybody can see the hair check, and then after that we jump back right into the hat game. You know what I'm saying? Hat on deck. But we gotta give him a couple of minutes. So let's go. Gotta let the hair breathe for a little bit. But no, so let's get into this first bird. I keep telling y'all, I'm not using these because Trump's in office now, so we don't got to be. Well, I guess I'm gonna sound crazy. We don't got to be all this positivity and stuff when we talk now. We can just talk crazy. So fat, we don't got to say plus size people. Fat niggas is acting crazy out here in 2024. They've been talking crazy, acting crazy. They humping people on stage like they lost their damn mind. What's that boy name humping the girls on stage? The rapper at his concerts, the fat nigga. Yeah, one of them niggas. Anyway,
foreign something. Fizo? No, damn. No, somebody else.
One of the fat niggas. I'll play it later. But here go a nigga. He's doing what's the thing? What's the shit? How it go when they be talking? What they say?
We listen. We don't judge.
There you go. We listen and we don't judge, right? So I get listen. This nigga went OD with his white bitch. Shout out to her because she didn't want to play no more.
That's what she get.
Damn, Tori. This it? Yeah, there you go. There we go. Here we go. Let's play some of this. Y'all let me know if y'all can't hear the audio. On this. This nigga went OD.
So this is a video for
Y'all can hear that all right?
Yeah, we hear it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
the people that didn't hear what he was saying or couldn't understand what I was saying.
Listen, and we don't.
Okay, first of all, let's just stop right here before he gets into it. Nigga, put a shirt on. Like, come on, dude. Like, nigga, when you just put a shirt on. He got when I was younger, niggas used to call what he has, pause. They used to call it a front porch. That's a front porch, what he got. Because it don't look like his whole body is just fat. He just got this big ass stomach. So that's a front porch. That's one of them joints where he can just rest his hands on the front porch. He got a front porch body. So nigga, you got your front porch all out, looking crazy with the tattoo across the belly. Anyway, let's go. I just had to point that out for this Negro.
Judge. Sometimes when you think I'm nothing you, I'm peeing in you. Listen and don't judge. Come on.
Yeah, she didn't want to play no
So
more.
this
nigga's wilding. First of all,
wild as hell, disgusting.
Yeah, that seems like I'm no doctor, but that seems like that can't be healthy. Yeah,
and it's like, why would you do that? Like, see, she should know something though, because he probably that same type fat niggas who don't be eating coochie. Like what Nikki say, ain't no fat nigga tell me what he ain't go eat. Like he probably eat no coochie. Cause like, what do you mean you nothing? I mean, you pissing at me and you finna eat this pussy? Like you either nasty as fuck or you fake as fuck.
Yeah, that nigga tripping. That nigga said he pissing. That nigga's on OD mode. Yeah, so he definitely did his part this week in his bird being caught as a bird. So shout out to him. I gotta play this one. Then we gonna get to the third bird because I caught this one, and we got two male birds, and then we got a woman. But I gotta play this dude here. So he did something that is classic bird material for a dude. He tried to pull out. Have y'all ever seen people do this where they pull the like just walking in with you? You know what I'm saying? Like walking in with you and your crew, like they not with you, but they just gonna act like they with y'all because y'all going in. Hey, what up, dog? And try to like join it on in the fucking fun.
We done did it before. I done did it before. The
Look
line was too long. I'm like talking to somebody like, "Hey, how you doing? What's up? What's up? Can I come in? Can I walk in with y'all?" Like, "Yeah, come on. All right, hey."
Look at Torian. Look at Torian. So here go, dude. So I'm not sure what club or what city they in, but this is Rick Ross and his entourage. They were going out, and this dude, as you can see, I'm gonna try to pause. Y'all can see he tries to like dap somebody up and then like keep moving with him. Watch, dude. Okay, so the dude in the right corner right there with I don't know what kind of jacket that is he got on. What's that? The black dude. What kind of jacket? What is this?
Brown jacket? A little brown.
Yeah, I know I'm colorblind.
Oh,
but you see, he's already up there. So I'm colorblind. So he finna adapt him up. Now watch what he does very quickly. There you go. He dapped and then he turned and kept it pushing. Right? He tried to keep it on pushing. And watch Rick Ross.
Still, y'all still got to move a certain way.
Look, now you out here looking sad, nigga. Out here looking sad as hell. Thought you was finna get in. No, bro. He did it. He tried to play it up though. What up, bro? What up? I see y'all.
He was a little smooth with it, but he was just too close to Rick Ross. But that means Rick Ross was being in front of him. Like he had to do it like.
Who is this old nigga in Rick Ross's crew? Was this kind of haircut this nigga got?
That's probably his older brother, bro. Chill.
Okay, I don't know. Let's get my sister Naomi in the building. What up, Nay?
Hey y'all, happy No Strings Day.
Is it Happy No Strings Day?
Yes.
Okay.
I've had a pretty good day.
Well, Torian has not.
Good for you. I mean, I had a good day. It just was tiring. I was playing with the kids. I was playing tag. I was running around. I'm tired. I'm just ready to drink. But I did get some Christmas presents from the kids. Got a little gift card today. Got some little Turkish candy. Like it's looking
No, that
nice.
used to be my fave when I did work at the daycare center because we had a lot of I had like the parents that were like the professors at UH, and so they would definitely be breaking bread when it came to gifting the teachers.
No, yeah, and they showing out
That's
this
always
year. Like
nice.
last year, they did not show out like this. I'm like, wait, what? So I'm like, you handed me this? I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like,
They have to make sure you was gonna stay. They was
no,
like, they're
for
not
real.
gonna give you this present and then you're gonna be gone next month.
Yeah.
They have to make sure you was really taking care of their babies.
Okay, and that Christmas bonus just hit today too. So yes,
Ooh.
come on.
Period. Shout out to
Right.
you. I won't be getting my bonus till the new year.
There we go. What up, Mo?
Lucky
Mo in the
you.
building,
What?
y'all.
Hey, what's good, Mo? She said she done with college, bitch. She back.
Yo, big girl.
Yeah, get
She
like
on here, big
her.
college educated.
Period.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
I'm not celebrating that. That shit
Don't be
I.
hating.
That shit I.
Hater. Roy, did you graduate college?
This nigga get some hair, start hating.
It's not about me, Torian. This is about
So
Mo.
you did it.
This is about me hating on Mo.
No, he did graduate college.
It's okay, Roy. I'm used to it.
And I'm finna go back. I'm finna go back and get my master's. I just
Oh, I
decided.
can't
know
wait
that's
for that.
right.
So we can definitely hate on you.
I'm doing about next year.
I'm definitely gonna hate on Torian going back to school.
And I'm finna.
Okay, I want to get to the last bird, Raven Simone. But before we get to that one, how do y'all feel just in general? Like not political, but just in general. How do y'all feel about Michelle Obama? Just in general, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know.
Thank you, Tamara.
Hey, Tamara.
Let me grab my water. Hold on.
How do y'all feel about former First Lady Michelle? Like, dislike, no
Why?
thought.
What's so disliked about her? You want us to hate her so
I'm
bad?
just asking this question. Don't
You want us to hate black women so bad, Roy? We love her. Here Roy go again.
I'm genuinely just asking because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how people feel. You know what I'm saying? But I saw
she trying to get the kids
I
fit.
think she was on Jennifer Hudson's show recently, and
Yeah.
they do the little thing when they do the little song. They do a song
In
for
the tunnel,
everybody.
they
In the tunnel,
praise you. Be your
it was
Oh,
funny.
that's her show?
Yeah, it's Jennifer Hudson's show.
yeah.
And so I saw Michelle coming down the tunnel, and I thought to myself, and again, I'm not getting super political, but when I saw it, I was like, somebody should probably bottle that up and send that to the Kamala campaign that they were running and be like, see, this just feels. I'm not saying Kamala wasn't authentic. I'm not saying that, but when you see Michelle, I'm gonna play it. It just felt unforced, very natural. You know what I'm saying? Let me play it for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. Shout out to Michelle. Where'd it go? Where'd Michelle go?
Right
Yeah.
here.
Where Michelle at, dog? What the hell kind of stuff I got up on my computer right now? Hold on. I got some wild shit up. Hold on. Let me get some of this off before we get flagged. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, let's get that away. Get that away. Okay. Shit. I'm finna get us caught up out here in these streets. Hold on, y'all. Shit. Oh, and don't let me forget to tell y'all how right I was about everything, about all these relationships this past year. Okay, here we go. Here goes Michelle. So here she goes. So she coming down the tunnel. They got the song popping for the original joint. And just watch how she hits it. It's very. She didn't need to think about it. She didn't need to get a beat in the head. She just went right with it.
Everybody, we are celebrating here today. So honored to have you, Michelle Obama, at a happy place. Michelle Obama's walking, we can't let her go. She's a classy lady, we just love her so. We got Michelle Obama at the happy place. We got Michelle Obama at the happy place. We got Michelle.
I don't know. It's that people gonna say it ain't that big of a deal, but it just was just very just older lady just flowing down the line. It just felt.
So what was wrong?
Nothing was wrong. I'm saying they should bottle that up and send that to the Harris campaign and say, I don't know if I feel like if no disrespect, but if Kamala would have went down there, she would have had somebody like coordinate a dance for her to do, and it would have been like she'd have been doing that weird laugh, and it would have been.
That's her laugh, or how's
I know, but it's just saying, you know what I'm saying? Michelle just looked very just chill and natural to fit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
So
to
you
Michelle.
just hate light-skinned women,
Right. I'm like, what was the point of that? I'm like, look,
Y'all niggas a tough crowd. Shit.
No.
She's like, okay, now what? Like,
I'm
that's
just saying.
right? That was Celia Mays. Like, okay. And
right.
I'm just saying. When you see
I mean,
Michelle,
it gave the same vibes as Kamala be giving, or Kamala. How do you say her name?
I don't know the woman's name. See,
because I know somebody's name spelled the name same way, and her name is Kamala. So, but then I think Kamala's pronounced her name differently. But
that girl name was probably Kamala too.
Right.
No, her name.
Like, you've been saying it wrong this whole time, Tori.
No, she introduced herself as Kamala. And I'm like, hey, Kamala. What she say? Tiana said he's saying this is more authentic.
I'm just saying, like the way it felt.
I think she the same. I felt authenticness from.
You
Kamala.
don't know the woman's name, Torian. First of all,
I said it right that time, Kamala.
No, I'm just saying, like,
or no, I did it, Kamala.
Hilarious, by the way.
Kamala. What did I say?
Oh, yeah, I need to ice my knee.
Whatever. That's still my first president. That's what my first president.
Hey, light skin with. First of all, y'all don't listen to this damn panel. First of all, these niggas just talking.
We ain't talking.
Women.
Listen to us.
Roy hate women. Period. So it's actually a win that he's even like on Michelle Obama's side. Like this is actually like a rare occurrence that he's even given like some.
Y'all better take the wins where y'all can get them with me.
Yeah,
man.
like
Just
this
take
the best
the
we're
wins.
gonna get from Roy, y'all. Like he may dog another woman out while trying to at least it's not both, I guess.
Oh shit, that's funny as hell. Okay, let's get to another woman.
But he didn't deny it.
Yeah, well, let's get to another woman. I'm finna dog out this woman real quick. No, I'm not gonna dog her out because I'm not sure what she's saying is authentic or not. But Raven Simone, what's up with these child actors? They out here just saying all y'all ain't shit.
What you mean, y'all?
All y'all.
Y'all is crazy.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I like that, Shay. Think y'all are mixing up. Okay, First Lady Michelle is naturally poised, and Kamala is silly.
It's a silly goose.
Why is she silly goose? Like
silly goose is a whack. Like she whacked her.
No, she did just whack her. Like damn. I don't think I'm mixing up anything. I don't know.
The silly goose. I think the silly goose proves my point. No, I think that's what I was saying.
You think Kamala's a silly goose, Roy?
That's not the word verbiage I would have used, but yeah, okay. Silly goose. That's funny. But let me chill out though, because I just watched the video. I know she's not a Delta, but I just watched the video of some Deltas about to beat the hell out of a girl she was trying to walk through the club, and I guess she was gonna break their stroll, and they was shoving the shit out of her. I hate.
Yes. Ooh, that pissed me off.
I used to hate them niggas when I used to go to the club when I was younger, and these niggas come around the club with all this, especially them cute, all the goddamn barking and jumping and flip. Hey, nigga, take that over there, nigga. God damn, nigga, it's too hot in here for y'all doing all that. But anyway, hold on. Why am I giving Joe Budden?
They're actually they're NPCs. They can't help it. As soon as they hear the music, they go into formation.
All right, shout out to Joe Budden, man. I don't even, rock with Joey like that. Anyway,
I'm like, and Tiana, dude, she be fucking seated for every episode. She be watching that shit more than no strings.
No, yeah, I need to get her password because I need to be watching that shit too.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I like Joe Budden though.
I don't think
Nobody
like.
Hold on. Everybody stop. Shit. Everybody goddamn stop. I know today is DMX's birthday. I don't know what portal opened up today.
It's the last show of the year.
I don't know what happened. But
no, we going live next Tuesday. But
god damn it, my goddamn little assistant pulled up in this motherfucker OG from the show. What up, Bree, baby?
Hey, Bree.
Right, hey.
Look,
Bree,
gonna
now
have
you
on
know
your
you
ass.
the one who don't need to be showing face right now. Cause
Why?
I ain't let it go after this weekend.
And
I
turn
ain't
your
let it go.
phone, Bree. Turn your phone, Bree.
Yeah,
This
she
thing.
been off for a while. She been off for a while. She a little rusty. I wasn't gonna say
There
nothing. I
you
was gonna let you
go.
make it.
There you go, baby.
Look, Torian called you out. I was gonna let you do you, but you know, Torian,
It's not calling you out. It's just helping.
low key.
No,
Low
like
key.
you wasn't go help. You just go
I'm just happy to
let
have
her
her here.
face not be shown. Beautiful. You
I'm just
know.
happy to see her. What up, Bree?
Hi, y'all.
What's poppin'?
Last time I seen you, you was drunk, passed out in the bed.
Sleep at 10 p.m.
10 a.m. I mean,
Lord,
Damn.
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Lord.
And no,
Basically the same.
I'm mad at Mo too, because I'm like, damn, Saturday night she was up and down. I'm like, damn, I should have came out Saturday instead of Friday.
I know.
Facts.
Sorry, y'all. I didn't anticipate to be that out of there Friday.
But you had a long day. That's what Hannah was reminding me. It's like, no, she had a long day. I was like, thank God for Hannah. Shout out to Hannah.
No,
Look,
for
and
real.
I
Hannah
still
was-
wasn't falling for that bullshit. I'm
No,
like,
same. I was
no,
not.
the fuck, a
I was
long
like,
day.
okay. I was like,
I
no,
was
I
like,
bought
bitch,
it. I totally
my
bought
shit
it.
I was
No,
up.
Like, wake
a
up.
long day. I had a long day too, and I'm still
Okay.
turning up.
And I'm here.
Y'all know I didn't care because I was ready to go too. I was.
Not y'all made it about y'all. It was about me.
Girl, we were trying to celebrate you, and you
Right.
Y'all
So
still
it's
did.
about
It
you.
looks like y'all still did. Y'all was out till like 3, 4 in the morning.
And
No,
was
we was still up with the
Yeah, we
shit
had a-
because
we had
we're
a ball.
grown.
yeah.
And
We
we're
are
used
grown.
to
I love
Houston.
that.
Y'all got to stay y'all ass in San Antonio. Y'all on probation from Houston until y'all could come back and stay up and party.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, man. We up in here. All right, so we got a full 6 in here. Okay, let's go here because y'all might have to help me on this with this whole thing with Raven Simone. I was aged out of her show. What's the damn show? That's So Raven, right?
That's all right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm an old nigga, so I was aged out. I never watched it, but she said that
I
some of
doubt
them.
that.
Well, first of all, Tori, you can't tell me what I was
No,
watching.
because you was watching her because she had big titties.
Well,
You
no,
was still watching.
that's pedophilia. What you're talking about, ma'am? And no, y'all won't get me in that trick bag.
No, she was like, she was of age.
I'm not.
I
I
feel
don't know
like
how
she was
old
of
nobody
age.
was. I
Is
see
this
what
her
y'all trying to
podcast?
do. Mm-mm.
Yes, her wife podcast.
Oh, I was gonna say, why is she always on a podcast? Like, no, put the mic down.
Hilarious. Okay, here she go talking about what she was about. I guess her titties on the show. Here we go.
I do feel like when I was on TSR, That's So Raven, I felt like boys watched the show because I had big boobs. Like I feel,
Really?
yeah, I do. I feel like
Not
that
'cause
was
you
the
were
case.
so funny.
No, I feel like they came for the boobs. They stayed for the comedy. But like,
Is that a chapter?
That is a chapter title.
Okay, so let's go. Torian, Lionel, were y'all noticing the titties? Or what was going on?
No, well, I'm gonna let Lionel because I'm gonna defend her.
Well,
I
Torian
don't know how
probably-
Lionel feels. Look, Raven always gonna have. I'm always gonna have Raven back, no matter right or wrong.
Well, hold on. First of all, Torian, that's a ridiculous stance. Number one, just for the record.
It may be, but that's how much she meant to my childhood. So I'm gonna defend her regardless. You know.
Wait till
But just
Pizzagate
stop it
comes
right
out.
there. Let Lionel talk.
Yeah.
We don't even want to hear what you got to say.
No, I want to speak some real shit. As always, I'm a real nigga. At the end of the day.
Did you come for the titties, Lionel?
I didn't come for the titties. I ended up finding out about the titties later. I feel like it was probably like around the time of like the Cheetah Girls time that she was like doing that stuff later down the line. But that's why I was realizing, oh wait, she's actually super attractive. But for That's So Raven, I wasn't thinking about it in that way.
How old were you?
I was genuinely enjoying the show. I don't remember like that time period. Like when did That's So Raven come out?
Yeah,
I got you.
It has to be like 01.
Yeah, it was like
No,
early
that's
2000s.
crazy.
06,
It's not
07.
I
It
was
ran-
not 6 years
it
old
ran
watching That's
from-
So Raven.
2003 to 2007.
Okay. that's
Okay.
all.
Okay.
I was definitely early 2000s.
Yeah, so like in the beginning, but like by the time I was in middle school, 07, that's when I started to realize, okay, like wait, she actually fine. But in the beginning, it was just Raven. I thought she was funny as fuck. I thought she was funny and like goofy and quirky, honestly.
Was
Yeah,
she
I
a
was gonna say
silly
I
goose?
don't remember people talking about Raven titties when it
Yeah,
was
Me
that
either.
Raven.
too.
But
I'm
I
like,
don't think
not
they
the
were at our age.
children, but I do remember. I have this one memory of like when Kim Possible had came out, and like the girl was singing. They used to show the video of like the girl singing the song in the studio. And I remember my mom and my auntie were like, "Is that Raven or is that somebody else?" And I remember like my aunt being like, "Nah, Raven, like titties too big. Like that's not her. Like she got big boobs." I'm like, so I don't think it was like children who were like aware or even thinking about that. But
That's
yeah.
what I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
just think her point of view is coming from like the older kids who was watching it
Mm-hmm.
versus like, because everybody, I feel like everybody just on her like, girl, I was a chick. I'm like, she not talking about you, obviously. Like she's obviously talking about the kids who were probably around her age as she was filming it. And it also, I think it's also coming from the things that she was going through, like the things that the adults would put onto her. Like she said she had a breast reduction because like they were telling her like she was too big, and she had lipo because they was telling her she was too big. So I feel like her head space is coming from that shit. Like,
No,
oh my
I
god, I got
definitely feel it
my
was
titties
more
is too big.
adult.
Like, is this why people watching my show? Cause my titties, like, that's why they tell me I gotta delete my shit. Not delete my shit, but get my shit
Delete them titties.
removed. But like, so yeah, I just feel like people was trying to be on her and saying like she crazy for what she was saying. But I feel like it's her truth. And I feel like it probably was some truth to it because like it was older kids, unlike Roy, who said he was too
Yeah,
aged out and too
yeah.
cool.
That nigga was 25 in 2001.
Yeah, 2003. I was in college, nigga. I'm not watching no goddamn That's So Raven. The hell wrong with y'all?
And I feel that. Shit, if I was that old too, I wouldn't.
Nigga, goddamn, goddamn Swag Surf had just came out or some shit. I was getting it popping, goddamn it.
Turned up.
Oh yeah, that nigga was drinking.
That's so Raven. No, but y'all know, I mean, she said y'all came for the titties and then you stayed for the jokes. I know Orlando Brown was there for the titties. Shout out to Orlando Brown. He was there for the titties. You know what I'm saying?
And that's actually such a legendary show. Such a legendary show because it has Orlando Brown and Raven Simone. Like they both were just legendary childhood stars, like from like the jump. Like I didn't even contemplate that until now.
Mm-hmm. No, they were definitely very much like the child actors, and so that's why I be having to give Orlando Brown grace and like whatever he's going through, like the shit and trauma he's probably like received over the years, and like how he's coping with that shit now. Like, yeah, because I know my son was just doing like a rewatch. Well, he would watch Raven's Home, which I think still be coming out. But he did a rewatch of the classic That's So Raven too. And I'm just like, damn, it's so crazy to see him. And like we were watching Kim Possible and we were watching something else. Oh, and he'd be watching The Proud Family too. And I'm just like, damn, it's so sad that Orlando Brown wasn't able to like be able to come back on these shows and like reclaim like his character.
Yeah.
Don't adjust your camera, Stan. Don't adjust your camera.
He went and got that shit. Stanley, where you been? He got surgery. He was out for 2 weeks.
Y'all niggas are crazy.
He flew to Turkey.
Right, Stan. Come on now, Stan.
I did not go to Turkey. I did not go to Turkey.
He said he just went across the border. San Antonio not that far from Mexico.
To Canada.
Y'all niggas are some haters. I don't know why I do this show. Y'all some haters, bro. I swear. That's why I be
getting it from you, nigga.
You're the biggest hater. This is just your energy coming back to you. That you
I'm about to change my name though. I think 2025. I don't think I'm gonna be the truth teller no more. I think that's pretty much solidified itself.
Should never been.
Oh, no, I'm
right. I'm like, you finally gonna start telling the truth and
right. Okay.
That'll be your first truth.
Tell the truth, but like, I feel like I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. Like, because like what I do is, how people give like predictions, what they think is gonna happen, or I really don't do that because
this is the first year that we're going to the year.
Right, exactly, that type of shit.
Yeah. Whatever Chris Blake said.
I don't do the Chris Blake shit. I give spoilers. When I talk, it's a spoiler. Like, I spoil the whole fucking movie for y'all.
Okay, so what's the spoiler?
Well, let me back up and and pat myself on the back and give y'all some old spoilers. Told y'all niggas when we saw the video of the young bull out there at Carnival, what's the boy name? Chance the Rapper. I said, oh, that marriage is over. Y'all was like, oh no, he having fun. It's no big deal. I said, it's no way that you married and you out here catching all that ass and you going home and it's just, hey, yeah, you hope you had fun. No, that's not how life works. Boom, got him up out of there. She just filed for divorce the other day. What's the girl name? The damn hood rat got locked. Remy Ma. No, Remy, no, she is too. I told y'all she wasn't shit either. But Remy Ma, I told y'all Remy Ma wasn't shit. I said, listen, Remy Ma on some bullshit. She getting too big.
That's still up for debate because she proved her case against that nigga lying.
She didn't prove a goddamn thing.
He said she wasn't with him with Christmas and she had video of her at the house on Christmas and he was in the video. Like, nigga, you be lying.
Listen. The nigga went to jail and went to your jail every day for like 6 years. You owe that man so much goddamn loyalty. He went to go see you every day. See, there y'all go.
Don't. No, because it's like what goes around. All I know is like Remy Ma is just getting to get back for the like niggas who got out of prison and stunned on the girl that
ain't got nothing to do with Pat. That ain't got nothing to do with Pat.
Everything's fair in love and war, Roy.
That ain't got nothing to do with Pat.
I was gonna say, we saw Chance ex-wife now the other day.
Hold on, where was she at?
At Prospect Park.
There you go.
Wait, Chance the rapper?
No, his ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's the one who's divorcing him right now. Kristen? Really?
She was there.
And y'all didn't call me?
Oh, you should have pulled up.
I had said something, and because
I got no car.
And I was like, Mo, I was like, that's Chance the Rapper wife. She's like, shut up. I'm like, that's her.
Was she having fun? Was she turning up?
She was with some niggas.
Oh.
See?
Was they fun?
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
But she was with a group of niggas though. Look, me and Mo was just talking about her earlier. She was like, yeah, she filed for divorce after that weekend in Houston.
Yep.
She said, oh, I still got it.
Oh, she was
no,
fine.
I'll be fine.
Hey, Tiara. I meant to text you today. I had thought about you.
Tiara, TT.
Whatever, Naomi.
You love me.
Right.
Girl. Not everybody I haven't texted back today. Like, no, I'm like, I didn't text anybody back.
That's such a good
right, I sent you a TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lido texted me today too. I'm sorry.
I know.
Just act. Hey, let's
no, we're gonna pay it. We'll pay that one a little bit, whatever.
No, you can't. I won't. I'm holding on to that.
I'm like, see, it was no discretion. Okay, it was a long. I've been working on it.
Are you gonna do better next year? Is the question, though, Naomi.
Are you gonna do better next year, Roy?
I'm going to a whole new level. Y'all ain't gonna want to talk to me a lot next year because I'm going.
Tiana said, "Change your name to Devil's Advocate," and I agree with that. Change your name to Devil's Advocate.
I'm going. What's the shit on Dragon Ball Z? What's the shit? I'm going full
Super
liar.
Super Saiyan.
Liar.
No, I'm going full liar.
Liar.
I'm going
full devil advocate. That's what you going.
I mean, I do because like it's not fun when y'all be like piling on certain topics. Y'all be like really piling on and ODing. You know what I'm saying? I might have to do a best of. Like seeing Bree on the screen reminds me. Bree told the craziest story in the history of this show. Well, no, Chris Blake did. Bree was a close second though when she talked about
the story.
Oh my God, you told a wild story about some dude told you that girls got 5 holes or some wild shit with Mo. I was like, hold on, y'all don't remember that, Mo? Oh, I remember that like it was yesterday.
We used to be drunk.
Listen, nigga, I remember I was in there listening, like, what the fuck is she talking about? This nigga pointed out, I'll play it later. I'll find the clip. Don't worry, it's in the archives.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it was in the archives. But anyway, all right. I might call JC. Where JC at tonight? Let Lionel cuss him out for old time's sake. Okay. Let's go. Before we want to talk about like the crisis of the black families. I want to get into that. But before we go there, can we talk about real quick and then we'll get into that? This nigga Cam Newton, I used to love Cam Newton as a quarterback. Thought he was really talented, man. Hell of a quarterback, black quarterback. We got to uplift him. But this nigga be saying the wildest shit on his podcast. He said some shit the other day that really didn't sit right in my spirit. And I just had to block him on everything. I just said, okay, block, all his shit, right? Yeah, I just said
blocking you on everything.
The nigga said he goes to the strip club not for women, but for other dudes because he wants to compete.
I see now.
Wait till you find out why a lot of niggas go to the strip club.
Right.
Wait till you
That's
find out why
true.
niggas be going out.
I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's majority of men just going
Yeah, but
out,
those,
period.
that's so fucking fuck it. That's gay. Fuck it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gay.
gay. It definitely
That's
is.
Fuck it.
Niggas
That's
be
gay.
gay.
Out of here. Hell no.
That's gay. Like he was like, yeah, because I see a nigga throw 5,000, nigga. I'm finna throw 6. Okay.
Niggas, what we talked about that niggas do shit to compete with other men. They don't do shit to try to impress women. They do it to impress men.
And Hood Hitter just reposted that video of them niggas. I think they was in Houston too, doing that bottle wars. And they was just like pouring out the liquor and just buying more bottles. And I'm like, that is so just wasteful. Like, I'm like, that's not the flex that they be thinking it is. I'm like, the bigger flex would be to be like, round them
Round on me.
You know, like buying shit for everybody, this motherfucker. Facts. Like, let's go. Like, nigga, what you talking about, nigga?
A little bird energy from you right there, though, Torian. Torian, like, buy me a bottle. Goddamn, Torian. Okay.
No, I didn't say bottle. I said a drink. Like, buy shots for the, you know, like you pouring out liquor. Like, what does that do? That don't prove nothing.
Like, we all in here trying to get drunk, nigga. We're like, damn, what the fuck?
You know, that
like,
bitches in their section.
Give me that TV moment, that movie moment where, you know, because they be on the TV shows and shit. They be like, round on me, everybody in the bar. Everybody like, ah! Like, I ain't never got that moment. Like, give me that moment.
We gotta be in the right places. We gotta go to the right places.
No facts. Like,
we're gonna have to be in them white bars.
I was
We're
gonna
gonna
say
have to pop up at a white bar.
Yep.
Around on me. Like, hell yeah.
Like, I should have married. Yeah. Okay, these niggas just be celebrating. Go
right. Because of Mo last week, I got a shirt that I'm getting made called Section Friend. I'm just to say, I just want to be everybody's section friend. I want to be everybody's section. When you got a section, call me, nigga. I'll pull up for the section. Other than that, I'm cool. You know what I'm
but
saying?
no, Roy is a good section friend. He's that friend. If you got Roy, he's gonna definitely have the bronze on him for sure. Barely.
Let's get this thing. But yeah, I was very perturbed by that from Cam Newton. I don't like that for him. I'm
tired of Cam Newton. He needs to just
I am as well. That's why I blocked him whenever.
Why do people keep
set the nigga to block on everything?
Blocking him is hilarious.
Yeah, you block him from like he's gonna notice.
Yeah, I don't want none of that nigga shit to pull up on my feet. I don't want that nigga in my algorithm no more. Get him out of here. I'm gonna start reporting this shit, nigga. Report that shit, nigga. Get him out of here. I don't want to hear none of that nigga. Fuck them hats. Ladies, here's my thing for black women. Ladies, niggas with funny hats and niggas that start off conversations with sis or queen, run. That's all I'm telling y'all. Whatever y'all want to do with that information, just run. Funny hats, sis, queen, all that shit. They don't even know you like that. Just take off running. Them niggas ain't shit. Okay, let's go. That's a PSA for 2025. Them niggas ain't shit. No. For moving forward, 2025, that's a PSA for y'all. Shit. Take that with y'all for the new year. Them niggas are not shit. Trust me. Yeah, very fair. Funny niggas with funny hats. Funny hats is some bullshit. Okay, let's talk about the crisis. You say what?
So like a fedora.
Yeah, this just too many goddamn weirdo hats. I know it's some bullshit going on. Okay, let's go.
To be fair, I see a fedora, I'm running.
You say you see one you like?
No, I see a fedora, I'm running.
Oh, as you should. As you should, Mo. Don't get it fucked up. That's the only correct thing to do.
Why you got this fedora on?
Right.
Wait, I love me a fedora. Oh my god.
Put that shit on.
And you know what? I wore my fedora to work, and one of my coworkers, she like, "What's up with the hat? What's going on?" I'm like, "Bitch, I want to look cute." Like,
I'm not like, what made you put this hat
on? So that's how she felt. Wow, she don't like fedoras. So she was like, "Wow."
You didn't look. See, that's something that you say when you're not trying to compliment, but you're not trying to insult. You like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, she's like, "What's the occasion?" I'm like,
I want to know before I speak.
It's no occasion. I'm just feeling good. I'm looking good.
No, that's why you
like, I'm just that bitch. That's me.
No,
just that bitch.
You gotta say that hat is interesting.
Right, that's an interesting choice.
Animal Crossing character is hilarious. He's just like, What's the dog that got the guitar?
What?
I don't know what the hell
Crossing.
was.
I can't think
I
of
don't
his
think he
name,
wears
but
a
I know who you're
hat.
talking about.
My sisters know his name. Anyway,
I'm like the dog with the guitar.
yeah, in Animal Crossing. His name is like
Oh, okay. That's why I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck?
I forget.
Yeah,
his name.
he be performing and shit. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He be singing real songs.
He be performing his shit. Yeah.
He
That's
do.
crazy to him.
Look, let me get his name. His name is KK Slider. There you go.
KK, yes.
That
Real
guy?
nigga right there.
Y'all niggas have lost me. Y'all lost me a long time ago. Okay. Okay, let's go here because so this clip is what kind of sparked this episode, this show. It kind of it went viral. Dr. George Frazier. I should have went there. I got one of his books in there. I read in like college, maybe post college. Success. No, we're talking. I got it in there. Success runs in our race, or success runs in our race. Success runs in our race. I think it's called. He wrote it. I don't know when it came out. But I think I read it. I want to say college, maybe right after college, somewhere around my college age when I read it. Really good book. But he's super dope. He's been talking about a lot of these things that plague Black America, the Black family structures as a whole. So I want to play the whole clip. It's about a minute and a half long, so bear with us. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna drop some good game. We're gonna come back. Let's react to it and talk about it. But he's gonna be talking about the Black family, the wage gap between Black families and other races. And then we want to come back on the back end, react to it, and then get into some solutions about it. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas to stop messing with niggas with funny hats. But here we go. That's my only solution. Leave these niggas with funny hats alone.
For real's not bad.
The talk I give on the 5 biggest challenges Black people have for the next 100 years. The number one challenge is the existential crisis of the Black family. The existential crisis of the Black family. Marriage in our culture is down to 34%. When we were growing up, it was 85%. It's now down to 34%. 71% of our sisters are not married. 29% will never get married. 63% of our brothers are not married. 30% of them will never get married. There is no culture in the history of humankind that has risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of their culture. This only exists. This is an interesting but negative statistic. This phenomenon of the existential crisis of our family only exists among African American Black people. It does not exist on the continent or anywhere else in the diaspora. So there must be something in the water. We must fix this. It is a lot easier said than done because it is impacting our wealth. Quick statistics. For 350 years, household median income was dominated by white people. They were number one in this country. They no longer are number one, they're number 3. And there's a reason for it. So who has the highest household median wealth in America? It's East Indians. $104,000 a year. What's the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%. 2 are working. Who's number 2? Chinese Asians. Household median income, $110,000 a year. Marriage rate close to 70%. Number 3 are white people. Household median income, $88,000 a year. What's the marriage rate? Almost 50%. Down significantly. Number 4 are Hispanics. Household median income, $61,000 a year. Marriage rate, close to 70%. We are at the bottom. Household median income, $55,000 a year. Marriage rate, 34%. And projected based on facts and statistics that if we do not fix this, because white folks ain't fixing this, our marriage rate will be in the low teens in the next 20 years. This is an enormous challenge. That's a whole talk by itself on how do we fix it. It can be fixed, but But we have to, first of all, understand that this is a problem. No one's talking about this problem. This is a huge problem. It's the number one problem in our culture. So we must fix it. Wow. There's a talk I give on the.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
crazy.
we gotta stop there because so shout out to him first of all. He's a he's been doing a lot of work for a long time. But he was saying no one's talking about it. And I would say, we people have had conversations. I think a lot of folks right now, marriage age, I think the conversation over the last couple of years, y'all may disagree, but I think the conversation has been about I think people have been talking about marriage, but I think people are kind of, at least in the black community, from what I'm hearing, they're kind of rejecting kind of the old version of marriage, and people are looking at new stuff, polygamy. People are saying, well, maybe I don't want to be married, I want to have a partner. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's looking different. People are looking at it different. And so when he's quoting those stats, I'm not saying the stats are wrong. I'm just saying maybe it doesn't tell the full story, simply because you got some people that are maybe perfectly happy in their situation. They're just not married, right? I just got a partner. We rocking. We like what we doing. We ain't married. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't quote unquote count toward those stats, but we like what we doing, right? So, I think black people have been having that conversation for about the last 5 to 7 years, specifically. But I don't want to, y'all jump in. Let me know, because Torian, you had a big reaction to that. What Torian, like, wow.
Cause it just makes things like, wow, like what is happening? But then also I'm like, it always like falls back on us and how black people is just like, you guys aren't like meeting the quota of everybody else. But it's like, but y'all don't count everything that been put against us. Like shit is put against us for us in order for this shit to happen, to be that way. Like,
oh, there's a reason they want it that way.
yeah.
I mean, especially if it's only happening to us specifically. So that was very interesting. I thought he pointed out.
And what popped in my head first off was like,
Paul,
our shit will be up there, but it's the white people, the white coaches who be putting the bugs in these black athletes' heads about how in order to be successful, to succeed, you have to be with a white woman. Because all them athletes who be big be growing up in black neighborhoods. So they've been around black women all their life. That's who they really do be liking. But they've been told, and it's been stories about people saying, like, yeah, when I was in college, it was like, you better not pull up with no black woman, no dark skinned woman. Like, you have to pull up with a white girl in order to get these contracts and all that shit. So it's been like things that's been put up. So our numbers will be there because it's all these athletes and major people are like black, and that's what's holding us back. And it's not to put everything on the athletes, but that's part of it too. Like, it's just
Torian said James Harden ain't shit. Go ahead, Torian. Tell that nigga he ain't
James.
shit.
That's why I fuck with LeBron James. That nigga married to a black queen. He got black kids. Like. But yeah, it's just the system that been put in place against us. So it's like, yeah, we gotta do better, but it's also the fact that, like, don't be just putting us down and saying like we ain't doing nothing. When all my friends pretty much have black partners. Like, everybody know dating black, marrying black if they are. But I mean, and then it's also kind of the things that I feel like black people also are. I think Lionel said it like a while ago, like on one show, like I think his parents maybe told him like you have to be with a black woman or something like that, or the beauty in black women, and so that encouraged him to only date black or look at black women. But I feel like that's lacking into it. I feel like it's just because black people sometimes try to be that bigger person where we like love is love, and just like if you find somebody, love them. But it's like sometimes like these white people and these other people aren't telling their kids that. They're instilling in them that like you need to be with somebody Hispanic, or like if they not telling them that, they showing that and whatever. Like they might bring a black person home and they like or they not as nice to them as if they brought a Mexican girl home. Like they be like, oh hey, love them. They bring a black girl home, they like and they all quiet and shit. Like they instilling that shit into their kids. So I feel like black people need to start instilling it to their kids. Like No, you need to bring home a black woman or a black boy, or if you gay, I don't care. Bring home a black man, but don't bring home nobody else. Like, and let's go help that shit. Cause
Hold on, because I gotta hold on,
Okay,
Tori.
so for your
Hold on.
solution, you feel like no more interracial marriage or too much of the
not.
inter.
It's
But
not saying
hold on,
that. It's just
hold
you
on.
have to instill.
Before you answer, Tori, because you gave a lot of smoke to the, as the resident male athlete on the show. Let me fucking hold it down. God damn it.
Great. Okay.
Boy, you've been retired for 40 years. Hang
Shit.
that out. Hang it
I
out.
just had some
Hang
ice
it
in
up.
my knee.
Hang it up.
Icing my
That
knee.
title
God
don't
damn it.
belong to you
Hold
no
on.
more,
Hold
Grandpa.
on.
Hang it
Grandpa.
up. Flat screen.
Hold on.
Okay? Plasma.
Hold on. Let me say this, because
Cut
first of
that
all,
nigga
Tori,
Mike.
first of all, Torian, and y'all did that shit on purpose. Y'all some
Oh, it really cut off? Oh, wow. Wow,
Niggas
the power
powerful.
of the tongue.
Niggas powerful.
Okay, we all said it. It was like, cut
You
that
know,
nigga
winter
shit.
solstice on Saturday.
Wow.
But I was gonna say just about the topic. I feel like a lot of people in our generation alone are not getting married. They're not rushing to get married. They're not looking to be in a marriage. Like, I feel like there's a lot of partnerships and they are combining, households and money wise. And of course, that's not going to be on those statistics. So I feel like that is a big part of it. Because a lot of people our age are not married. They're not married.
But
They're
you
just
feel
living
like they're
together.
still together as far as
Yeah, they're
especially like the family units.
yes, like, having kids together and, splitting finances and household things. Like, I feel like that is a big more majority of what our generation is doing than back then. Like, oh, you're having kids, you need to be married type of thing. A lot of people are just having kids or not even having kids. Like, a lot of people aren't having kids and just are together and combining households. So I feel like a lot of that is not accounted into those numbers just because they're not married. But I just feel like now, like, there's a lot of things that factor into why young people or even people 30s and 40s that aren't married. Like, that shit, I mean, marriage is not easy, but
damn, Roy, you fucking up the shit.
Is he alive? He electrocuted? What the fuck going on?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
That nigga laid out on the floor.
He probably
don't
burned
say
off his
that.
little hair.
Lie though. He can go back bald like
No, like you just got that hair. Be careful.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know, but what you're saying, Brie, I feel like that was kind of what Roy was pointing out too, is that we are, and so I think that is important to take into consideration, just because, like, and this is something that we've been dealing with this whole time, is like when they try to group us in this like category as like they treat us like we're treated by the white standard. So like the white standard can be like the, the nuclear family, like the mom, dad, married,
everybody,
a girl
dog,
and a boy and a dog, like that nuclear, like when really us as like our Black people, and like to the fact that we have indigenous roots, like we're very much community based. Like, so it's not just like what it could seem like. I feel like our connections and ties can kind of differ than what would be perceived as regular. So yeah, I definitely see that people are still like trying to, or at least I feel like it's getting better. I don't know what the statistics are like now, or like when that video was taken with that man. So I don't know. I guess the question would be is, do y'all think
is that an older video?
do you think that marriage is needed for a family unit to thrive? So let's say when it comes to you, and then y'all should answer the question if y'all want to get married. So is marriage needed for a healthy family dynamic that will like allow us to have more of a level playing field as much as we can make it as it comes to ourselves? And do you want to get married?
I feel like on like a personal level, I feel like marriage is just pushed because that's what you should do when you do have a family and you want to be with whatever. But I feel like just now in today's society about like how it can go with finances. Like no one is wanting to do that. Like of course no one's thinking about getting divorced, but getting a divorce is more expensive than getting married. So if you're already combining households, you're already, putting all that money into it, a lot of people just aren't making the decision to get married. Me personally, yes, I want to be married, but not just because I think it would be healthier than just not being married. Like it's just only a legal document. It's nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I feel like it can also be this like commitment that you're making to your partner where it's like, okay, we're building this family and we're building this life together and we're building this
right.
home. And it's like, and you're coming from two very much clear spaces and like committing to that, because when it's not like that, like, so speaking as someone who did like for years, I lived where we were in this like family unit. Like I was with my baby daddy. We lived together for years. We have our son and things. And not saying that like I would have wanted to be married to him or if that was something that I would have wanted to commit into. It's just like now, like on the outside of that, now that it's been like years since we've been broken up and like we're seeing like I'm seeing how it is for like his father very much to still be in his life, but not to be in that same place. I feel like
Same household
when
and
you're
stuff.
not making that commitment, when you are like building the family. So it could be one, like it's another thing when it's like two grown adults just like on their own and they're like deciding and committing to be together on whatever level. But yeah, when it's like when you are like birthing children into the mix, I feel like marriage can be a good commitment to have already, because like the commitment of like having a child is never ending. So,
But
you
then we
know,
have to think about, we have to wait for these men to marry us. We're not proposing to them. Are these men the one that are going to be ready to be committed and doing
You
that
can
part?
propose. You can
no,
propose.
and so
Okay,
like,
but
dang, I
I
wish
don't
we
want to
had
do
more
that.
men on the show.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like on that point, it's like that is a man's job to do, to initiate marriage and that type of commitment. So yes, we can be in these committed relationships and have children with these men and live with them and split bills or do whatever, but and we're waiting for them to make that commitment.
See,
So
but
it's like,
like, so that's where it comes to, we don't need to be having children with men that we not married to.
right, and I
Like, so
agree.
that's
That is
what it
my
comes to
big,
like.
yeah.
So I guess one of my solutions would be, or like,
Check, check. Can
I've
y'all hear
kind
me?
of been thinking in a
Yeah, we
bigger
hear you,
scope.
Roy.
Ah, shit, he's back. No, I'm playing. I've kind of just been thinking on a bigger scope is that like we need a return to like values. Like
Well,
there
yeah,
needs
to
to
have
be
like
like
those,
a return to like values and just having like certain respect for
Yeah.
certain things. I think we've lost a lot of respect for a lot of things, just like we've lost respect for marriage. Obviously, that's why like people don't want to get married on that level. And I think we're going kind of like towards this new direction where like, okay, we can start creating like whatever we want our new life to be. Because at the end of the day, for us to like keep going forward, like to be like birthing our children and like keep like we're gonna need the man and woman together, like having babies, and we're gonna have to make sure that like we're raising these babies in a like suitable, like safe, like encouraging environment, if we want things to be able to thrive, right? So yeah, but it's so deep.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead,
think
because I asked the question.
Stan said,
demanding marriage.
yeah, Stan said, I definitely think it's a woman's job to demand marriage and be justified in her demands.
I feel like when you're with a
I
man
could
for X
see. I
amount of
could see
years and you're
that.
having children, you're obviously gonna want to be married. Like, I feel like that was a big part in too. Like with my past relationship, shit's not progressing. What am I gonna sit around here and wait for it and be a girlfriend and doing wife shit? No, I'm not gonna beg a nigga to marry me. What the fuck do I look like?
Not feel
Like, I
you.
feel like if you don't know within like, if y'all together for, especially getting to that 4 year, 5 year mark, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, you know
Like,
marriage
But
is
I
off the
feel
table.
like there should at least already be like talks of that. So it kind of is understood. So maybe not like demand per se in the way that like Stanley is saying, but I feel like when you are kind of on that level with the person, like this is somebody that you love, I feel like
Right, made
talks of marriage.
aware at least. Like
Yeah,
making aware
talks of
that my
marriage can
intentions is to
come up
be
and
married.
like you could speak about intentions.
Oh, Roy
Like
gone. Damn, Roy, we
I
done
feel
kick
like
Roy
you can
out.
speak of
Hey,
intentions.
But I
oh,
feel like too, like that's, I mean,
that nigga
obviously,
back.
yes, it can be talked about, but it's like once I feel like a woman has already expressed that, like, hey, like I would like to be married or like, you know, engaged, and it's like not being initiated, like you're either gonna, there's women like Cassie, for example, that bitch was with Diddy for how many fucking years and then left and then fucking got married and had kids. Like
Hmm.
sometimes you just gotta move around.
Yeah.
No,
But
yeah,
sometimes I feel like sometimes people are with people that they don't even want to marry, whether that's like on the guy's front or the girl's front or like
Yeah.
both of them. And it's like, so,
And that's the problem.
yeah. So I'm like, so it
That's the
just goes into
problem. I
like
feel
Yeah.
like that is the
the
biggest thing when it comes to the
intention, like
marriage.
the,
What the
oh,
fuck?
oh.
I feel
okay, it
like that's
happened
the.
to
I'm
everybody, I
like,
think.
oh,
It was Roy.
I was gonna say
damn,
I
we
feel like that
gone.
is the bye,
What?
Roy. I feel like that's what it is when it comes to marriage. That is like
Mhm.
you were saying, Naomi, like that is a level of commitment. It is a gesture of the level of commitment that you're willing to get to and be with the person, because there are a lot of people, and we've talked about this on the show before, of how there are men, and I'm sure we know people who are in situations like this where they kind of just in the relationship just cause, like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever,
ain't moving
I'm
around
shit,
because
like I'm just here because this is the easiest thing to do, and
Yeah,
I'm comfortable, or I'm settling type of thing. Now, I mean, is that necessarily always wrong? That's you know to people's interpretation, but I feel like that's the biggest thing when it comes to marriage is the gesture of being able to be like, yeah, like Naomi was saying, like we're making this commitment to build this union between us, our family, like our lineage and shit like that. Like we are building this. We're gonna make something of this, because like I don't know. I think that's just a thing. There's so much
Yeah.
talk about people just being like, oh, like marriage is just it's a piece of paper. We could do all that. Like, okay, let's be realistic in the type of world that we really living in. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't it means more than that. It
right.
does.
yeah,
Especially in our American society. And we're talking about black African Americans is what he was saying as far as the statistics, and saying that it doesn't apply to the diaspora of like of like black people. So yes, it does pertain to Americans. We're talking about America, and that marriage definitely means a lot more than just a certificate at the end of the day, because so much is tied up with privileges and like what you're able to do when it comes to your partner decision that you're able to make, and things like that. Like it's a lot more involved, and I think it's just kind of like a sometimes a scapegoat for people where it's just like, nah, like I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to make that commitment, so I talk about marriage in that way and maybe gaslight myself that that's not what I want. But it's really just that, like, I'm masking the fact that I'm scared of that level of commitment to actually have you
Yeah.
really be a real part of my life for the rest of my life. Like
Yeah.
that's why I say that's a gesture of the commitment that you're willing to make. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. But I feel like that's where we're at.
And I
and
Like,
I
think
want to
too,
say that I think that well, it popped in my head about um when we were speaking. I forgot about what, but I just think that like a lot of times like they try to put down that like black people aren't performing as well, but I think that like playing devil's advocate in a sense, like black people are really the ones on top, because at the end of the day, I feel like at some point it has to not be so much about race. We're all human. So at the end of the day, like, are we able to really diversify into like other relations with other races? Like at the end of the day, like when we see like those movies, the utopias, it don't be about race at the end of the day. Like everybody be pretty much fused, and I guess in the sense we gonna have like this one kind of race, is the mixed race, I guess if you want to just say. So like, are we at the bottom of this shit, or are we at the top of the shit? Are we already like kind of like progressing to like where we finna be at? Like we don't need to be so attached to our people, as like the other races are like, oh, they're just sticking to this shit. Like, but eventually we are going to be all intermixed. So are we at the bottom or are we at the top of this shit? That's just
Okay,
the question
so
posed.
Not you
Torian,
trying to breed us out of existence.
yeah,
Is it breeding
Torian.
out or is it just us coming to or what we are
It,
ultimately going to be or ultimately are, you know,
I
we
it
mean, they
sounds
just
like
talked
you've been.
about that before. Like I mean, made those
I
projections already.
remember
Like
that prediction.
that big, like what 50 years from now, that there's going to be rarely people that are full bred of any type of
Right.
race. Like,
Yeah,
of course, there's still going to be some, but it's going to be maximized how many people are
yeah,
interracial. Like,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, if
Well,
they in that
Torian,
case,
first of all,
Yeah.
Torian,
But in that way, I
I'm
feel
looking at
like
Torian. He clearly got some Dominican. What else you got to give him? That nigga got some Dominican, little
on
Puerto
the roster.
Rican, little Panamanian. I see with the hair. That's a little Panamanian in
look,
there.
no, and I realized that too. I guess that me coming up with that is just like me because I just got back access to my ancestry, and
There you go.
they be updating your shit, and they just updating my shit, and they just like really like knocked a whole bunch of my blackness out, and I'm
There
like,
you go.
and it was
That's why he
still white, and
like
I'm like,
that.
what is going on? Like, no, like I'm
But
like
see, I'm
Naomi's
like, but
winning, like I'm like no.
who is behind this doing that? Like,
Because at
no
one
that,
point
and
I
that's
was
why
like
I
40
don't
something
even pay
Nigerian. Now my
attention.
Nigerian is at 28%. I'm like, no, that's
I
taking away
don't
my
even pay
blackness.
attention, nigga. Like that's just not even real. Like so, I like even though I did my ancestry, like I definitely don't care about like the DNA. I'm like no, cause like all the niggas that did the ancestry test, ain't none of them got no Native American, bitch. Not one. Like bitch, y'all lying. Ain't like how strange.
But they say that's because like none of the Native Americans are taking this test. They only comparing the shit by people who are giving a DNA to them. So no Native
Yeah,
Americans
native.
are really like giving a shit to them. So
Yeah.
that's why like it's not coming.
Oh,
But then that was T is like it's not even the same people no more. But so
no.
like
True.
when I could feel like because I feel even now race I be feeling like I'm not too much even into the racism spell nowadays. So I feel like the race thing can kind of disappear, especially in the ways that I think we're going. I think we're gonna be very much more like community, like tribe based. Like and so you're gonna be fucking with whoever is in your tribe and it's not gonna too much even matter. Like and it's gonna though those kind of that disillusioned state of race will kind of
Your voice has
break
been
away.
here's the
frozen for
question.
10 minutes.
Here's the question I want to ask though. Here's the question that I want to
Roy,
ask.
what you got going
Yeah,
on?
your shit is fucking up.
What happened?
You
Y'all can't
You're
hear me?
frozen.
frozen.
Am I froze?
We
Yep.
hear you, you're just frozen.
Jesus Christ in heaven. All right, let me jump back in. Y'all go ahead. I'll jump
Yeah,
back in.
don't call on me now.
Okay, so can you answer, Lionel? You go next since we haven't heard like the black man's
Right, come
perspective
on,
on
Lionel.
this. Or
Right, you real quiet.
sorry,
We
because
want to hear
Torian just
your.
speak
We
quick.
want to hear your
Right,
perspective.
hold on.
Torian
See
said
you
he's
take
half white
look,
now.
you're part of it. You're
Torian
taking
said
away
he's
my
half white
blackness.
now.
Like what?
You half
You are
white. This is what
Dominican.
you wanted. This is what you wanted.
This is crazy.
I'm sorry. But what was the question I had asked? Do you think that
Do you want to
marriage
get married and
is
do
marriage foundational for like a healthy, like
Successful, yeah.
yeah,
Like
mm,
stable
living.
family?
That's a great question, and 100% yes. A healthy marriage, right? Of course, like because that's gotta be set. Because obvious, the starting point of that conversation would be people would need to have the example of a healthy marriage to
Oh,
like to know that that's like possible and to know how to operate that. Because let me tell you, like coming up, Tamara and I like have had many a sit downs. Like my parents snatch us, sit us down, like they see how this shit's going. Like absolutely not. My grandparents snatch us and sit us at the table, and like like they give us the real tea, pretty much. Like I'll just never forget those conversations. And never forget my grandpa. Like his biggest piece of advice is that like your family is the most important thing. Always keep your family first. Like if nothing else, put family before every single thing. Like that's your job as a man, and that's the hard part. And people don't realize like the part about being a man that's tough is actually manning up. What does that mean? What does that look like? That means being responsible. That means actually deciding to commit to the person you love. You can recognize you love somebody Like, but then to actually decide to commit in the way of marriage is like that's what manning up looks like. And so you got to challenge yourself as a man and hold yourself to that sort of a standard. Because you could
Okay.
also be, you could stay the kid forever and like you just run around with your girl, you and your girl till the end of time, you know. But like at some point, like it does take a man to recognize like I owe this woman the commitment, and that's only going that's like watering your yard. It's like there's no ill will in watering your grass because now you're gonna have flowers blossoming, your tree is gonna have fruit bearing, and that's the beauty. The connection is obviously a thing that's like obvious. You don't gotta speak to connection, but the ways that like marriage surprises me is it's like being seen, like really actually being seen, and like somebody really still loving you through that. That's not your blood family. Like that part is like I don't even know if this is a word, but it's like untranscribable. Like you can't really describe the feeling of like feeling that this person sees you and loves you down. Like oh shit, like please don't look at me right now. Like I'm getting shit together. Excuse me. And like they don't take their eyes off you. They're like,
Yeah.
no, I know, and I see you, and I love you though. And like that feeling right there slaps the shit out of you and makes you up. And it makes you realize that this is bigger than you and like you've got to rise to that and like you owe them that too, like and also you've got to be available to be loved, because even then you'll recognize in that process that sometimes you'll have like guards up against the world and like you like protecting yourself from shit, but all of that is like it is protective at some point, but it's blocking in the name of love because you got to be so naked and so vulnerable to love and to be loved and so forgiving.
Yeah.
Like, and that means like letting somebody know they got you fucked up sometimes, or like you pissing me off, or this ain't gonna cut it, or like no, this makes me feel like the only person on the planet. I feel so special. You know, you got to be all of that. And when you're that vulnerable, you can only grow. Like I've seen my life grow in ways I wouldn't have imagined thanks to my wife Tamira, and I've like been able to have perspectives I wouldn't have had. I don't even know if I'd be in like the positions in life that I'm in because she challenges me to like be the better version of myself. For real, I would be bullshitting a lot more and just have a ball with bullshitting. But like having that like type of support and like responsibility, it just makes you grow. It's like the pressure that makes diamond.
But I feel like too, that's what a lot of men are scared of, that they're not ready to move
Yeah,
forward with that, to
it's
do that
scary.
big. I
Yeah.
mean, I can imagine, just
It's
being a man
very
and having all
scary,
that weight on your shoulders. But I feel like at the
especially
end of the day, a lot of men don't take into account to the people that they're in a relationship with or what that other person can provide. They try to put it all on themselves
yeah,
when it's a partnership. Like that's something that you're gonna do to commit to be with another person to take over things with. It's just not gonna fall on you. I think that's where a lot of men fall short, to where they're not committing and not
yeah,
trying to move forward, being in a marriage and initiating that. Because
yeah. And
I
my
mean, I
friends
feel
know. I talked to my friends about this, like when I was first actually getting married. Like, you guys, this feels crazy. Like, if like it's just a heavy energy, you can feel it. Like, it's obviously a thing. Like spiritually, like something's happening, and I can feel it. And it's like, yeah, you just made the biggest commitment of your life, and then it's like at that point you're thinking, damn, I've already done it. Is it too late? Like, you just really feel a lot of things, and that's natural. Like, it's a part of making a big decision. That's like you feel nervous when you're about to take a test or when you gotta like we about to buy a house or make a big purchase, so that's natural. But that's it goes back to the part that's like of like rising up to the occasion of being a man. That's what I've been like always reminding myself, especially lately, as I'm approaching 30. You realize that like 30 is about to challenge me to be a man in ways that I haven't been challenged before, obviously, because I've only been 20 something, 19 something, you know. So I'm about to be challenged in a way that says, hey, man up, you know? And it's like you either answer that call or you don't.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is marriage. Like we are the head of the family and the head of the house. So it's just loving. But before you can love anyone, obviously you gotta love yourself. And that's what I would say, especially to I feel this is a conversation to black people. To black men, like loving yourself is the deepest thing that you can do. And I see it all the time where like you may even be too hard on yourself. Like the talk is nasty. Like don't talk to yourself so hard, like talking to yourself is good self love, like the things that you allow yourself to go through, that's important. That like says how you feel about yourself. So all that shit goes into how you can love someone or how you can receive love. I feel like it's just so much to say, but you got to just start with you and then like let that seed grow. But it's worth it. Marriage is totally worth it. Like, I would do that shit. It's not easy and it's hard. And I feel like Beyonce and Jay-Z do a good job of like depicting like the ugliness that can come, but the beauty too, like the yin and yang of marriage. But like how it's like at the end of the day, like it's us and like it's up to us to potentially even have to piece this together again from the beginning. But like it's still us though, you know? So that's like there's so much beauty in it, but there's so much like it takes like grit. Like, you know, it takes
Mm-hmm.
real shit.
Yeah.
You gotta have like the grit for love, the grit for your person, you know,
And
the
do y'all
heart
know
for this.
when this video was made? What
I'm not
year?
sure.
Mm-mm.
Cause I wonder if this included, cause what popped in my head when y'all were talking, just like, did this include like LGBT couples? You know, like was like gay
Mm-mm.
married couples involved in this shit too, or was it just like heterosexuals? You know, um. But then the thing I think with, I feel like people like kind of like get stuck in these positions where they're told to like make it work out with their partner, when sometimes it's like you need to just go and find
Yeah.
somebody else to love on, like, because like this isn't working, like. But
Yeah.
sometimes black people are really taught that, like, they got to stick it through with this one person, like you chose this person, like you got to stick it through, so that deteriorates people from wanting to get married again, versus like, okay, you know, Billy, know him and the man didn't work out, but he like, okay, well, I can go to Kim, but it's another white woman, you know, it ain't like him going somewhere else, where I feel like
Torian hates white people. Go ahead.
black people would go like, okay, I'm gonna go here, but my options are also like all the others, you know. So it's not like I'm gonna go back and like still being my quota of who I am, you
No,
know.
but and that's the biggest part of marriage. Is that's the part is it is commitment. And like I'll be the first person to say I'm y'all's witness. Like, bitch, I'm married recent. But at the end of the day, I've been pissed as fuck at Tamara, and like I felt like I don't want none of this shit right now. I don't want to even think about a relationship. Like I felt like that. And like, but at the end of the day, like by the evening, like it's dinner and we having dinner, and I'm like talking after
Literally at
dinner.
the end of the
And I'm like,
day.
I know at the literal end of the day, and it's time for dinner, and we like making sure each other is ate and like making sure each other is good, and like being like, okay, but did you remember to do this today? Oh, good, how'd that go? And like, okay, before you know it, oh, we didn't watch our shit today. Let's watch our shit. And like and like that's love, like, cause I can't do that with every fucking body. Trust me, I've
But no,
watched
yeah,
y'all.
that's your case, you know, like,
But well,
cause,
that's not just
cause
my
you and her
case.
are really like
Well,
truly in love and
but
y'all had
No,
that.
that's
But
that's
the
what
some
Lionel's
case.
people
saying. That's
That's
who
what
the
don't
But
case
have
of
that's
that
love.
why
you have
That's
to
connection.
the case of
adapt and you
love.
have to learn and you have to grow together. Like it's not just thrown in the hat because that's not what it is. Like that's what he's talking about, that commitment that's being made to one another. Like maybe some people don't belong together, but
Yeah, well,
that's what
I'm
that's what
speaking
we're
from like
talking about, the
this
grit
dating
that comes
stage. Like,
behind the
don't,
commitment.
you know, I'm thinking about dating stage, not first as like somebody a married, like, you know, like he's saying his grandparents instilling him like y'all go work it out. Like that's married people. I feel like once you make that, yes, you go ahead and conversation. But like if we're dating, like, and this is my girlfriend, or you know, even before my fiance, like, if don't tell me like to fight for this if I'm ready to walk out, you know, like, because it kind of puts that person in a place of like, now our we have kids and shit, like, we know we don't work, but we've been told to like make this work, like
See,
you
but that's
chose
the
Okay.
her.
tricky part. It's the kids part. And so like that's why it's gonna have to go back to where like we're gonna have to have a return of values, because it's just like it's too late. Like by the time you done had kids with this person, like you know,
Yeah, and see, boom,
like
that's
so it's
another, that brings up
harder.
something
So
else.
so
Yeah.
it's like at this point, like for y'all to break up, you are tearing apart a family. Like
Just
you're
like
gonna
Lionel
break your
said,
family
Lionel
apart.
said
That's
And
earlier, he said
she got
it's
some
bigger
money.
than you.
facts.
That was the best
Mm-hmm.
part of, like, one of the best parts of what Lionel was saying earlier is that it's bigger than you. It is, and I think that's why, like Naomi's
So
saying,
at
yeah,
that point, you do have to stay.
it's
Like,
about the
it's
No,
family
you
unit
don't
at that
have to
point.
stay,
Well, it's
because
not have
I
to
did not
stay,
choose
but
to
it's
stay.
about value,
But
like you
I'm
said,
still
value,
like, but I'm still seeing, what it is for me
value.
not to have that like together family unit. Cause like, even for me to have like more kids. So I know now, like now, thankfully, I do have the intention before, and I didn't like go off and just like keep having kids or whatever. But it's
Yeah,
just like I have the intention where like, yeah, like the next time I'm pregnant, I'm gonna be like pregnant by my husband, like the man that I'm like committing to like doing this with. So I think like to answer my own question, I asked is I think marriage is important to like the building of a successful, healthy family unit that can be thriving. Because at the end of the day, especially if you want to have kids, so like I feel like if you're not having kids, you know, really do whatever the hell you want. Like even if, hey, like if that shit is so easy, it's like so I don't even know why people be like stressing over breakups with no kid. I'm like that shit's easy as fuck. Like nigga, you want to leave, just fucking leave. Like you know. But no,
But
with
also,
kids, it's
Naomi,
like
wait.
there's so much
So
more to think
if
about.
okay, so you said you agree with the family dynamic. So like, what does that look like when you raise your children to instill that make that that they continue to cycle?
You know what I was prompted to think when Mo was talking. I think it was Mo that was talking. I was like, do we need to bring back arranged marriages? I was
I
like,
thought
we
that
need to.
too. We probably about the same time. Cause
No,
I
and
literally
when
thought
you
about
was
Indian
bringing up what you
people.
had thought about, I was like, damn, I wonder if he's thinking the same thing, but you didn't say
But
it.
it's
But
not
I
a
was
people thing,
definitely
Naomi. It's
thinking,
not a people thing, and it's not a class thing. And it's not because that's why they do that. It's a matter of status and class and like crass. It's just a little
But also just
distasteful.
to keep their blood in. Like I know some.
Yeah, right. But at the end of the day, it's not a matter of people thing. There's plenty of black people that date black people and that just don't get married. It's a matter of it's a commitment issue. Like you said originally, it's don't take your eyes off the value.
Or
It's just
not
don't.
even
No,
commitment.
no.
I
exactly.
People
know
do not value
it's the
people. Don't
financial shit that comes
people.
on to. It's just not about love. It's more to that shit. You know, like because now if you to break my heart and we break up, you know, then now my financial shit is fucked up. Now I gotta go do all this extra loops and shit. So it's just fact that like the law put more shit onto this shit. Like the church and the state combined with marriage versus like it
No,
just
that's
being part of the
please
church.
that because all the guys I talk to, that's not nobody's talking about that shit. At the end of the day, what niggas is talking about is that they is not trying to commit to this bitch. She's not doing the thing like, or it's this thing that like I don't want to commit to. Like she's on this type of timing, like everything else I love, but this shit I could never commit to that part though. And so that's why
Okay.
I still fuck with her too over here. And like it's genuine commitment, like it's commitment problems. And then that's not even like the idea of like marriage is the biggest commitment of all. Let alone people are having issues just committing on a normal relationship basis, just like boyfriend girlfriend. Like and like so, let alone marriage. That's giant. So it's like first and foremost that has to be addressed. I'm one because I had commitment issues. Like I was like, this is a lot to commit to this. Like we can just be like this and this is fine. What's the deal? Big deal. No big problem. We're fine. But no, then I faced that commitment issue and I realized once you take that step, there's so much on the other side. Just like with everything else, when you face any fear, it's like, oh shit, this was actually good for me. So it's like you face that commitment issue and then you value family. I know a lot of black people don't have that to value, and that is the real monster. That's the monster is that the work's already been done, that the family unit has been killed. So nobody even got the vision to see it and be like, okay, that is so peaceful. There's no Cosby Show even at least. The bitches had Cosby Show. The bitches have love and hip hop. Okay, they want to be singers, they want to be rappers. Like they want
Torian.
to get BBLs, they want to go to the club. Like that's what they want. Seriously. So it's a matter of value. And until like the value is cleaned up, like until somebody grandpa snatch you, I'm snatching you out right now by your collar. Bitch, look in the mirror and value yourself first and foremost. Because we need you, okay? Your heart is so important. Your mama birthed you and your daddy supported her through it, hopefully. Like we need you. And
like
so
he didn't.
so like we need you though. Like you're so important. We need you. So know that and love yourself in the mirror and go out into the world and be great and like be loved and love. And like hopefully like grow into like grow your bloodline, grow your ideas and grow your dreams, grow all the things that you can potentially grow that's good, right?
Yeah.
It's
Let me
worth
say
it.
this. Hold on, god damn it, because my shit was
Roy,
fucking
what
Yeah.
the
up.
hell
Spirit
you
ain't
been?
wanted your
Y'all
ass
over
to
there,
comment.
Roy?
My shit was fucking up. My
Spirit
sister
ain't want you to
breed.
comment. It's
My
just now
sister
cool
breed.
for
Well,
him.
they wanted to let y'all run, and I
Now I
let
have
y'all
to
run,
let you think about
and
it, ponder
and
what you
y'all
said.
and y'all spoke. Y'all spoke what y'all spoke. I won't comment on how I feel about it.
Here
I'm
he go.
disgusted by what I've heard so far. No, I am. Fuck it. Let's go there. No, I'm playing somewhat, but somewhat I'm serious because like
But somewhat I'm serious.
Somewhat I'm serious because Dr. Frazier, what he was speaking of is he was not only speaking of like the statistics of marriage, but he was also speaking about the financial gap that comes along with that, right? So when you talk about we're looking at a financial gap between the races, between you got these people at 94%. My thing is, if it's not working like if it's like what we're doing to this point, right? We're doing all this stuff, life partners, whatever we're doing. If it's working, fine, right? I don't know that it's working, however, right? I could be wrong. I don't know what the data says, but I don't know that it's necessarily working in our community, right? And if it's not working, then we need to probably go back and like, okay, this isn't working. And I respect what y'all was saying that like there was I don't know what generation it was, but there was a generation that saw their parents, maybe their mothers going through stuff. Maybe they saw their mothers keep having to like forgive a man and like take him back. And then they said, well, I ain't gonna never do that. Right.
Our mamas and grandmas told us not to never do that shit.
Right. So they said, okay, right. So they said, I ain't gonna never do that. Right. Which I respect that. But then we got to figure out, okay,
that shit too, cause I see that shit.
But then we got to figure out, okay, well, why were the men so comfortable with going out and doing that, right? Like, why was that a thing, right?
And niggas ain't shit, like my mama told me.
See, that's the literal curse. Like for people that need tangible examples, that's the family curse. Like that's how you curse your bloodline. No, when you choose the wrong partner and then you let your kids see that whole time, and then you tell them don't look for love. You know, that's how you curse your bloodline.
There you go.
Continue, right?
No.
Wake it up,
100%, Lionel, because now you're in this cycle where you just told them not to do this. So now they go out into the world with this thought process of that's never going to happen to me. So the first sign of any friction, I'm cool, right? Yeah. All I'm doing is I'm just looking for the vibes, whatever makes me feel good. That's all I'm fucking with. And any rocking of the boat whatsoever, I'm out because I know what that leads to, right? Or at least in my brain, I think it's going to lead to this. And so I'm just saying, like, I took some notes on his stats, right? I just took a couple notes on his stats. He said Indians was 94%, East Asian, I'm talking about percent of marriage. And 94%.
I knew it. I knew they was number one, really.
Yeah. East Asian, 70%. White was 50%. Hispanics was 70%. Blacks are at 34%. But the more important figure was when you look at like what the financial
was we the bottom? Is that like the?
Of course we were at the bottom. but the important part was like
the other races, ain't it?
What other race is it? Touring, goddamn the aliens? What do you want to go? What do you
want to get? They're like, we're 100%. They said,
no, aliens definitely 100%. They like
said, "Yo, guys."
But I'm just saying though, like when you look at like the blacks, so blacks are at 34% marriage rate, and the median income is $55,000, right? Yeah. And then you look at like East Asians and Indians over 100,000. So I'm just saying, like, we got to step back and say, okay, is what we're doing working? Is listening to Cam Newton and to Nick Cannon, is that working for us, right?
And to Roy on No Strings.
Nah, but like, listen, I've never told nobody. I'm the one that told everybody in 2024. I don't even go to church, but I told everybody in 2024, maybe y'all should start going back to church, right? Just to get a value system. Because I say that because we got so many people that like have rejected Christianity, which is fine. I have no problem with it. But they don't go to anything. But they don't go to any value system, and then they go out here and they just run amok and like no structure. We just out here just doing what the fuck ever. When you think about the Hispanic community being at 70% marriage rate, we all know every Hispanic person that any of us on this panel have ever encountered are all Catholic, or maybe the Christian, but mostly Catholic, right? We know they're gonna be Catholic like a motherfucker. Right?
Now, facts, and they be ready to marry right out of high school. So yeah, 100%. It definitely comes down to the values and like, and that's why I said maybe we need to do arranged marriages for a time for like our young ones, for our little ones, where it's like, okay, so it's being put on like, okay, because bloodlines are going to be very important going forward. And so like, yeah, so maybe that is something for the people to consider. And it was crazy. It was so funny. This was like some time ago, and I was talking to like the man that I love like very much, and we were talking about like arranged marriages, but I was saying like he couldn't believe that I agreed that arranged marriages are more likely to work. Like they're not necessarily like this bad thing, because arranged marriages are more successful. Like they're more likely to last,
but that's
just
the lower
because you're
vibe.
aware of the like real commitment that you're making, as opposed to where like when it's love, it's like once that love changes for some people, like they can handle it. And it's like, okay, well, I'm out of here too. Like the love's gone, I'm out too. Like fuck the marriage, fuck the family, fuck the kids. And so I think that it can be a little bit stronger from that perspective. If you're talking about actual like
and I think not to, this is no disrespect, Torian, and I know I mess with Torian a lot on the show, but this is like, this is not me poking fun.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
no,
is.
I swear it's not. But like the reality is that like, because black folks, what we do most of the time is look at sports figures and celebrities. We look at who they marry and say, see, they're marrying white women. But if you actually look at like the black people that get married, like it's like the overwhelming majority of black people marry black folks, right? It's like mid 80% of black people that actually get married are actually married to black people, right? So, okay, yeah, we look at like the athletes that we have and they might do what they do, but the regular black folks, for the most part, marry black people, right? That's what the stats show. With that being
and
said,
if our athletes were actually dating our motherfucker black women, that statistic will be up there because they making the money. That's more money to be put to our media.
But like, it's not even that many of them though, because we were talking basketball and football. In basketball, in the history,
baseball,
we everywhere. Think about this though. In the history of basketball has been played for over 75 years. There's only been like 5,000 people that ever played professional basketball in the NBA. So it's not like a whole bunch of people, is what I'm saying, right? Like it's only been 5,000 motherfuckers to play in the NBA, right? Over the last 75 years. So
I feel like more shit.
No, but like what happens though, you did bring up a good point talking about the college thing, right? Here's what I'll say about college. And the stats bear this out. Somebody said it in the chat. I forgot who it was. Historically, white people, when they go to college, they actually go to college and typically find a mate there. They go to college to find a mate, right? Like that's a part of their college experience. They might have fun their freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. They start like locking in on a person, and that becomes the person that they marry, right?
That was my sophomore year with my white roommate.
They lock in. Like white people really lock in when they get
freshman year. Actually, freshman year, he locked in where he moved out our double. So I said, "Oh, okay, shit, say less."
Like that's a real thing. Like white people really go to college, and when they come out, remember that viral video a few years ago from that college graduation? They were showing like all the white women were like, all the white young ladies were like graduating. They were showing like they just got engaged. You know what I'm saying? It was like a whole, because like they go with those intentions of like, okay, I'm here. Let me find somebody who's quote unquote equally yoked, right? They went to college as well. Education.
That's what I said. They not instill, like black people not instilling that into their kids.
Because you know why? Because what we say, here's what we tell our kids.
We want to be the bigger people. So we like,
I don't think it's bigger people. We tell our kids this, hey, especially our boys. I'm gonna say this as a man. We tell our boys, like the young man Travis Hunter right now. Everybody's talking about him. He just won the Heisman Trophy for Colorado. They saying, hey man, have fun. That's what they tell us. Hey, have fun. Don't get too serious too early. Have fun. Experience. Hey, you ain't even lived yet, man. You only this. Hey, and I'm not telling nobody that you should get married at 21, because I don't think I was ready at that age, right? But with that being said, like that's what we instill in our, hey man, go have a good time, right? You shouldn't be too serious right now. Have fun. And I'm saying that like other races, they come into it saying, hey, you know, we're sending you to college to hopefully get a degree and like some elevation in your mind, get a higher level of understanding, gain some consciousness, gain some knowledge. And if you find somebody there, that's a really good thing for you, right? We say have fun. Niggas is turning up. You know what I'm saying? We going to the club, we going to the frat party, to the sorority house. We having a good time in college, right? And other people are looking for their mate. And then we get out, and then we have this weird thing that happens that we always talk about, where we got more black women that are college educated than black men. And so now we got that whole dynamic to deal with. We got sisters that don't want to, quote unquote, date somebody that's making less money than them. And then the sisters say, well, because when we get with a brother that's making less money, he feels like he's emasculated and he can't take it that I'm making, you know, however much and he's making this. So, you know, but we also know, and this is going back to something that all of y'all said, we also know that this whole thing is like manufactured and created for us, right? Like this wasn't something that we did. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock, to borrow a phrase. This whole thing was manufactured. It was manufactured to have, like, we got these black women that are being able to go to college while their counterparts are going to jail. There are no trade schools anymore. We got to be very honest about that. Everything's, you know, ain't really no trade schools, but their counterparts are going to jail, selling drugs, not going to college, right? So now they get out, and who do they get with? It's only so many brothers. They talk about the lack of brothers in corporate America. For every like three, I think it was like for every 3 to 5 sisters is one brother in corporate America. So like,
shit, it's probably more than that. It's probably like fucking 10.
Right. So like, who do you know what I'm saying? So like, because you know, and then they say, and I admit the whole thing we talked about a while ago on the show. Okay, if you making like Naomi, if you get, you know, let's say you make it however much you making, and you get with a brother who, you know, does whatever, you know, manual labor, and he's making less than you. Okay, how does that relationship look? Because, you know, we know how our sisters are in terms of being strong-willed and being, you know, how, you know, fear, you know, that's fine. But are you at, you know, it's just so many dynamics in our community is what I'm saying. And I think that's why I said, let's go back to just some basic religion, not to like be your end all be all, but just to get some fucking like rules and regulations and like how we're coming. Because right now we out here just like fucking freestyling. We all just freestyling right now. It's like
somebody gotta start writing the chapters of the new holy book. That's what I was just thinking. Like, you know what? I'm finna have Naomi finna be in the next Bible too. I'm like, Naomi is gonna be up in every Bible, I guess. But yeah, so
this is freestyle right now.
I feel that because some people need something to grasp onto. So also what is missing is like ritual and discipline. And some people need religion to come to that. And people will cop out at religion just because religion is kind of like the basis of like, you don't really have to do much to like follow through in a religion, even though there are certain rituals, right? Like, and you know, because you did good to praise and you're doing certain things in church, especially depending on which church. But yeah, some people need to hold on to that, but there are just so many other ways to gain a discipline in so many different things. So yeah, but also, so I feel like we just have to regain interdependency. Like, so speaking from where, yes, like this was like put onto us, right? Like we are in the conditions of like heinous crimes that were committed against our people. Like genocide was really like, so that's why it's been so interesting to like, you know, see genocide on the other side of the world. And I've just been coming into a recognition that we are like the results of people who like were genocided. Like we lost a lot of our people, and like a lot of shit was done to keep us in this place and like to put us in this place. And still we rise because we're very much popping like that. And you know,
hold on. Oh, crazy. You was on a crazy pause for a moment, Torin. Your screen that froze when you was like eating. It looked crazy. But go ahead. I'm sorry. It looked crazy. This nigga mouth
crazy.
wide
Not
open.
interrupting me for that bullshit.
I'm sorry. I was like, nigga, let's get him off the screen. That shit looked crazy. Okay.
So yeah, like there were things that happened, and even still we have the responsibility to fix them. But like, so even if we're thinking about like the times of slavery where families were literally ripped and torn apart from each other, like our family dynamic was still suffering from that, even though we did come together, coming
like,
into
okay,
the
so
1900s.
but like,
And
think about
then, but
slavery though. Like, people were literally in slavery, and they were like still like doing secret marriages. Like, they still felt that it was important to get married, even in slavery. They was jumping the broom, whatever they needed to do to say, "Hey, this is my partner," right?
facts.
Like Lionel, she's not available, right? Me and her are committed in this way, right? Like I'm just saying, like they knew that it was important, even in slavery days, where like survival is just like a daily struggle. And they still felt that, like, hey, if I love this woman, I need to do something to show that, hey, this is my partner. Okay, this is what we're doing. So now this is me, right? This is me. So, and then like we get today, and like everybody is on this whole like, and I get it, man. I understand. Hey, it's the vibes, it's this, is and it's that. And again, I'm not telling nobody they need to go out there and do anything, but I do agree with you, Naomi. Well, I do agree with Naomi from the perspective of maybe we should at least kick the tires on arranged marriage, right? Kick the tires just a little bit, just to see, like, hey.
I'm like, look, I have a boy who will like be coming of age. He's a very handsome, like, who knows, like, and of course, not that I would ever like force my child, right? But even that would just start us considering partnership and marriage. So what I was saying is that, like, so we've gone through so much trauma to our family units. Like, even now, like, we're in a time and space where like there are some Black people that don't even talk to some of their family members. Like, there's someone in my family who don't even like talk to me, don't like fuck with our grandma, like, and that shit is just like, oh my God. But trauma has occurred in these different type of family units. And one of the things I like that you were saying, Lionel, is that like when you were married, you had married people in your life that like sat you down and talked to you, and like that y'all have to be able to counsel you, right? Like these elders who have been in these situations. And I feel like that's important. So like, I feel like our elders need to step up even more. And like this Christmas season, I might just tell them, like, I think y'all need to
the question becomes, how do the elders step up in what form? Because I don't think like a lot of
call your youngins, like reach out.
Young man, these YNs don't be respecting
well, I know, but so I don't know what happened in their life to make them like not want to receive a call from their auntie or their uncle or their grandpa or their cousin or like whatever. But even aside of that, when you were speaking about church, like one of the things I was considering about like my church, I know we would have like the marriage classes, like the married people at church go to like different Bible study classes. Like the Bible study classes are different, and then you have like you'll even have the singles one, you have the adults, and you have the children's, right? And so it's like, because there does need to be a community around there. So I think we just have to start rebuilding our interdependence on one another, because for years we felt like we can't trust and rely on each other, and there's a lot of trauma there. And like sometimes if you're the one that's able to do it, to be able to like just forgive a lot of shit and just like try to put your best foot forward and be like the change, I think that's very important at this time. Like if you are able to give grace to.
Let me play this for y'all real quick, because I think this ties into what we're talking. First of all, fuck.
Shut up, bitch. Y'all know that, right?
Did we cut his mic off?
I want to play this real quick.
Not again. You had him out of commission for 45 minutes.
I know. Y'all had me good. I want to play this real quick.
Mic again, universe.
I want to play this because this goes into like kind of, and again, this is just showing this whole thing kind of went viral this week. Of these young ladies, they were doing the whole little Tupac TikTok dance challenge in church. And they got checked by one of the older sisters of the congregation. I guess they were in like a bathroom or like a back room of the church trying to do the little Tupac TikTok dance. And she was checking them. And the thing I thought about, is even though, me and my family, we don't, in full disclosure, I don't attend a physical church regularly. But growing up, I did. I went to a family-oriented church where like the choir was my grandma, her sisters, aunts and uncles, and it was like the whole damn church, 200, 300 people, like basically everybody's related to me, you know what I'm saying? And so like I'm talking about like we was so hardcore into the church to the fact to where like my family, like when I say my family, I'm talking about like my mom, my dad, me, my sister. Like my dad and my mom taught us that like if we're driving in the car and we pass by a church, we turn the music down in the car because we're passing by a church. Like not that we're driving on the church grounds, just nigga, the church is over there. We're passing by it. If I'm jamming this, whatever the fuck I'm jamming, turn that bullshit down until I pass this church. So like that type of shit, like, you know, that's what we was on.
Yeah,
but listen to these young ladies and like the comments. For me, the comments was upset with the mother of the church. Let's listen to this real quick because they was like, oh, she need to mind her business.
My daughter got caught hitting the Tupac in the bathroom at church by one of the church mothers.
Okay, y'all doing some church stuff? Huh? Is that church stuff y'all doing? It's not inappropriate. If it's worldly music, it's inappropriate for this house. That's what I'm saying. Huh? That's what it's the dance y'all doing. It's that part of the church. But you're in the church, right? So should you be doing that kind of dance in the church? That kind of dance.
You know something.
Y'all don't get that. I'm not going to explain it, okay?
Yeah, she grabbed the phone, grab your phone and going on. So she told her, hey, listen, we in the goddamn, we in the church. You in there trying to do your little damn TikTok dance. This ain't what we doing in here, Torian. We not doing that in here.
No, I'm totally with the church mother. I mean, at the end of the day, like, cause it is, yeah. She like, what do we do? Like, cause you're gyrating in this motherfucker. You know, like you fucking tripping out in this motherfucker. Like,
first of all, don't get Lionel turned up. Don't get Lionel turned up. Goddamn it.
But you know, like that's the dance do. Like you like trip, like so it's like you're insinuating things that are godly, but you know, but aren't appropriate for this place in this time. Like it's a time and a place for everything. That's what she's teaching her.
There you go.
So it's just like, they just need to be taught that, you know, because that church is like the wrong time to be doing that stuff. Like, you can do it, and if you want to, you can, you should.
Yeah,
you know,
we're not doing it here,
like,
though.
No, it's a time and a place, baby. We teaching you the time and the place.
Yeah, and that was a teachable moment. She kind of
and she did.
But she really didn't, because that's all she. With kids, you don't realize how you really have to say stuff. Like things may seem so redundant to you, but like no, you gotta.
True.
When
you have to teach them.
Like literally, do no TikTok dances in the bathroom, on the church ground, outside, in a car parking lot, nowhere.
But yeah, that's
TikTok
us.
Dances. And when you leave,
that's the younger people, us knowing better.
That's
older people don't know that.
No, that's how you gotta talk to them.
No, yeah, and we know that now. So now we're raising this generation to be more knowledgeable, more aware of things, and being able to just talk to them and use our words versus like the older folks. You know, she was just like, well, if you don't get what I'm saying, then I don't know. You know, it's just like she's just like, you better just go along with what I'm saying. Like, I ain't no giving you why.
Yeah, and nothing was learned there.
It was like, I'm not giving you a why. I'm just telling you don't do that here.
Yeah, they just roll their eyes and just now think you probably are the most annoying person.
Wait, I missed the video. Replay it.
Oh, here we go.
Caught hitting the Tupac in the bathroom at church by one of the church mothers.
Okay, y'all doing some church stuff? Huh? Is that church stuff y'all doing? It's not inappropriate. If it's worldly music, it's inappropriate for this house. That's what I'm saying. Huh? That's what it's the dance y'all doing. It's that part of the church. But you're in the church, right? So should you be doing that kind of dance in the church? That kind of dance.
No, she was very clear. No, the old lady was being clear.
Y'all don't get that. I'm not going to explain it, okay?
She said, "If y'all
no,
don't get
I'm
that,
like, maybe they're visitors. I'm like, who's babe? I'll be like,
no, they were playing dumb Like they know what she's talking about. Like they know every what she talking about. Like we should not be doing this dance in this motherfucker. And they like,
but like
no, like
literally, who is your people? Cause like, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
They're
You know
like,
what's
what are
funny?
you talking about? What?
You know what's funny? You said that, Naomi. Yes, ma'am. I swear, I promise you, and I teach my girls this. Me and my sister, we used to get our ass whooped if we was out and about and we did not like to this day. I never, if I'm out somewhere, I never say yes, no. God forbid I say yeah. Like I've never told anybody yeah in my life because my mom, my daddy didn't play that. If you talking to an adult, it's yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yeah is not in your vocabulary as a child. They told me that very young, nigga. Yeah, no, what you mean? Yeah, fuck you.
You know, that's funny.
No, and I
Tamira,
feel
that's
like my
Tamira's
mom.
big on that. Tamira's big on yeah. Tamira doesn't let the kids say yeah. She like, oh,
Nah,
she'll let them
we ain't
still
doing
say
no
yes. She's like, you can say yes, but like that's just
yeah.
like she's like
I was
yes.
never allowed to say
But I'm
yeah.
definitely like a yeah. I'm a yes sir, yes ma'am,
Yeah.
no sir,
Yeah.
or you know,
Definitely need that, especially if it's serious. It's kind of like, you know how in different languages it has like the formal and informal.
Yes.
So sometimes it could be like a yeah, and a what, because I'm very much like that. My mom never like programmed me because they wanted me and my cousin to be on the yes ma'am, no sir, yes sir. But we did not have that shit down pat early, especially at least not when it came to them. Maybe like outside elders and things. But Cash is definitely very much on that, like especially when like I need the respect given. Like I'm speaking to you as your elder, and like you need to be comprehending what I'm saying. I need a real clear understanding.
Right.
and he know
So
what time
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
No, so I definitely very much respect her, and that is part of like yes, elders need to make sure that they are
Yes.
like coming and giving some things, especially yeah, because and things are changing there. I feel like not all the elders are able to see, but there's still very much like value things that can
Right.
be learned and that can be taken, and like there's respect that needs to be given,
Right.
like on the basis of like, okay, this person has roamed this planet longer than you. Like
Right.
no matter how wise you feel like you are, like you still ain't had 50, 60 years up on this earth though.
Right.
So it's like you have to give a level of respect because like, okay, well, they made it here. Like, and you only been here 30 years or 15 years, 16 years.
Right.
In that healthy relationship, you would never even question that. You would fall into respect. You would respect them so much based on just like how they look out for you and how they love you and protect you
Right.
and make sure you're good. So that's why it definitely is a two-way street. Like respect always is. Like it is up for the elders to be like, and that's what's connective. That's why like in that moment I feel like it was a miss because she was kind of just so irritated with them. And I feel like they were genuinely like not saying like playing dumb like what you're talking about, but like what are we doing
Torian don't
that's
believe him.
wrong? I feel like they were like,
I
what are we doing
do.
that's wrong? Like there's nothing wrong with this
But
dance.
even so, like you have to err on the caution. I feel like when you're young, it's like, bitch, obviously you don't understand. Like, but there
Yeah.
is understanding to be
Okay.
had here. And like
Yeah, so
you're
that's
just
your
too
job.
ignorant. Maybe you're
Yeah.
just too ignorant to see it. And that's why it's just like, okay, yes, ma'am. That's why you just gotta receive it. Like, even if it seemed dumb to your ass right now. Cause it's like, bitch, it might seem dumb because you're a dumb little kid. Okay, but I'm really trying to like show you.
But they
some
weren't
shit.
even saying that. They were just really like, what's the problem with the dance?
They
So
weren't they
that's
weren't given like
yeah.
they weren't given what I would expect my child to give if like an elder is addressing them.
Yeah.
And so that's why it goes back to like, okay, who are your people? Who'd you come with?
Yeah, but
Because
that happens all the time. That happens all the time where there's kids that are not giving what I expect my kids to give, but that's not how you approach the community. You simply, like I'm saying, like that's why I feel like that was learnable because you can simply say, like, no, look, this is what I mean, and this is what it looks like whenever you guys come here. So that like now
so you
going
wanted her to
forward,
keep going
so
forward.
like so going forward, we
Yeah.
got an understanding. No, and just simply answer the question. She was just like, "Huh? What do you mean?" And they like, "What you talking about?" And she's like, "What do you mean? What am I talking about?" He's like, "Okay, so you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, forget it." And so, but like, what you could
No,
just
because
simply
she had
say,
said a whole bunch before that. And so I guess she could have explained it, but they were already like not really like receiving or
yeah,
hearing. I don't know if like if she would have kept talking if that would have penetrated them
No,
anymore.
that's what I was
If
saying.
they
They was
would have been
acting
able
dumb.
to.
They were acting like they didn't understand what she was saying. They got what she
So like,
said.
no, what she was saying was get off that phone.
Right.
No
Be
TikTok
direct.
dancing in
be
the
an
Lord's
elder.
house.
So that's what I'm saying. You're having a call to elders, but we can't just have elders just like trying to clock shit but not clock. Yeah, simply say, do not be on here in here doing this shit. Like get off the phone. We're not dancing in here, or y'all go do some praise dancing in the pulpit. How about that? Like, you need to be direct. It's simple.
I know. Okay, come on,
That's simple. She
pulpit.
didn't make it clear that this wasn't finna happen in here. She didn't, and that wasn't clear. They took their phone, probably went to the next room and finished their shit. And like
Hilarious.
That's the thing. Like just get some straightening, because that's how it was and that's how it should be. Otherwise, the kids they'll just decide to like we'll have this problem, or they'll decide to just germinate and like
Run
have
them
sex and populate versus like marry. Like
damn.
they need to be snatched by the collar, and you need to like give them some straightening and direction. It's love.
It's funny because I got a little homie at the gym where I go hoop at. I'm gonna go watch. I told him I'm gonna go to pull up on his game on Saturday. And me and him, like, I want him to be good. I want him to be better at basketball. So like, you know, I talk shit to like motivate him. You know what I'm saying? Try to fuck with him. Try to see if I can get him off his game. So like, I'll come in there. I might walk in the gym and see him playing and be like, hey man, who he guarding? Go at him. You know what I'm saying? Just to like see what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because he a young dude. But I like him because like the young dude, you know what I'm saying? He a cool, respectable dude. You know what I'm saying? When I pull him to the side and be like, hey, you know you fucked up because you da-da-da-da, he receives it. But he said the funniest shit to me because he'll clap back at me. Like if we playing against each other, he'll clap back, right? And we'll be talking shit. This nigga had all I could do was laugh because what he said was 100% factual. So I'm like, I'm talking shit to him, right? And he came down, he scored. Boom, he scored, hit a jump shot. Boom. He was like, hey, man, tell that old nigga over there be quiet, man. That old ass nigga don't even know how to use his goddamn backup camera. I was like, I started laughing because I was like, I really don't fucking use the backup camera, nigga. I'm an old nigga using these mirrors and shit still. I was like, this nigga. Yeah, I don't fuck with them. I think the backup camera's a devil. Fuck the backup camera. I don't use that shit. Yeah, I'm looking at these mirrors shit. That backup camera's some bullshit.
I'm like, maybe it's only when I'm like, I'm getting real close in the car. Maybe when
then I'll look.
It's helpful.
Yeah.
Nah.
That nigga was like, hey man, that old nigga don't even know how to use the backup camera, nigga. I was like, this nigga funny as hell. But
He
like,
ate your shit up.
He did though. He was like, oh nigga can't use a backup camera. So like, but no, I think it's important though, man. I try to like, you know, I think it's important, like you say, Lionel, to like make sure we spread game. But I think that all plays into like this whole marriage thing as well, though, because like you were saying, like, where's that that positive image? What are they seeing? You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's
like, the tough part.
Yeah, like what are they
perspective and stuff like that.
And it's crazy because in our culture we do love and hip hop, we do Bad Girls Club, we do Housewives. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so much toxic shit that's out there for young people. You know what I'm saying? Like looking back, like damn, we need a That's So Raven right now for the young kids. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that. We don't got that. We got Krishan Rock. No disrespect to her, she might be changing her life right now.
Raven's Home is still coming out.
You said who?
I said Raven's Home is still coming out. It's the reboot.
I mean, like thank God for that. But I'm just saying, like we need like those shows to show like positive
images.
Yeah.
No, we can't rely on like the media as it is right now to like really get that away in a way that's like like we can hope like that the love and hip. I don't know. It's like we need more real in touch, like in person, like looking people in their eyes. Like we definitely need mentorship to be back at things. So maybe people do need to go back into the church, because I'm just thinking, and that's what I was feeling when I went to vacation Bible school this summer, and I was recognizing like this is like a space that is for community. And so like while we still don't have these other spaces where like community is able to come and join together in a way, yeah, like I think it would be a good place to start, at least to have like groups of niggas congregating, okay, and getting to know each other, because a lot of people have bad experiences in the church. And for me, I didn't have a bad experience with the church. And I grew up in a church. I was baptized when I was 9. Like I was there every Wednesday. Like my Wednesdays nights was at Bible study.
Yeah,
I was at Bible
studies,
study. It didn't
midnight
matter if I
Bible
had
study.
practice.
Yeah.
It didn't matter like what. I was there. I was there Sunday morning and evening service. I'd be hoping and praying my mom was too tired to go to evening service, but we'd be right back at the church. And so there are so many people, especially I didn't have a father in my life, even though I feel like I've never like lacked the positive male influence in my life. Like I've known so many good men throughout my life, and I could just think of loads of them that, you know, I grew to know in church. Because like I said, like this was a church I was going to from 7, 8 years old to 18 till I like moved out the city, or maybe 17. I don't know when I like stopped going to church. But so yeah, this was a place where I spent damn near 10 years of my life, right? And so I was able to like, I had people that genuinely cared about me. And I know in my church we used to have like a mentorship program. Like one of my oldest friends were actually birthday twins. We had started at the same church, but I remember like her two older sisters, like my aunt and my mom were like their mentors. And like, so you have people that you could rely on, even if you didn't have necessarily like stable blood family. And so that's why I think like we just got to start getting to like being more community oriented and interdependent on like our friends, on the communities that we've already created. Because like when I think about like the units of friendships that I have and like the bonds that I've created, like that's important to be able to have that. And like I'm blessed to also have like good family as well, right? So it's like very important to be able to have.
I want to
have your people and be able to trust your people.
I want to speak to Stan's comment, and I want Stan to expand, because Stan says, I feel like we need to focus on the positives in the Black community and stop living in a perpetual state of victimhood, stress, and so my thing is, what are those positive things, right? Because I don't know if we live in, I'm not saying some people don't live in victimhood, right? I think that could be a thing, right? But like, you know, at the same time, if you are a victim, you know, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm a victim of the circumstance, I'm just a victim. I don't know what you want me to tell you, you know what I'm saying? But like, with that being said though, like what would you consider, Stan, some of those positive things, right? Because like, I think like we can say that, but like, we got to be able to like quantify what we're talking about.
Be like, we could dress really good.
I know, that's what happens. That's why that brings me to a point I wanted to bring up earlier, because it was when we were talking about values. That'd be the problem. Like, it's like we put our focus and our values on the wrong things, and it just shows. Like, it's starting to become so obvious. So then you have people that can like actually play basketball out the ass, or like play a sport, or like box, like Mayweather, and be like extremely successful, but can't read a book all the way through. Or like can't actually be committed and be that rich and valuable and not have any value to like a Black woman or a woman at all. Like, besides being able to pay for something. Like, so that's the problem. Like, if you can't instill into a person like what it takes to be a whole person, then you'll have like the guy that was created and inflated on the ego. Like, he was only told everything is good. Like, you're so good at this, you're so good at this. And that's dangerous only because then how do you grow? Like, then how do you grow? Like, because I'll realize that's what people that can't take accountability be doing. That's the common denominator. It's people that avoid accountability. They focus on what they are doing though. They're like, oh, you want to talk about that? Or you want to look at this? But I do this though all the time. But what about how good I do this? It's like, bitch, we're talking about where you need to grow right now. Not focus on that. Hello, you got an F- over here. Hello, right here. Like, we like the A+, like, and we've given you your 10s for that. You know, you get your 10s when it's 10s. But like, when it's an F, it's an F, and that takes attention, you know.
I know. That's what it is. Hey, I'm with you, Tiana. I don't know what Torian eating, but that shit better be that nigga. Look, Torian been eating for a while too. Like, we don't even see it. That nigga eating. I don't pause. I don't know.
I didn't even see him. You good, Torian?
I know this.
Right, I'm good.
This nigga here.
Not talking with your mouth full, though, nigga.
This nigga munch. Torian out here being a munch. Torian.
Hey, I've been smoking. I've been drinking.
So excuse my language.
Torian a munch.
You must not
All
know
right.
what
I got
We
some
gonna get ready.
munchies. I do. I really have the munchies right now.
Let's get ready to get up out of here, man, as we close out the year. How do we feel about Skinny Ice Spice? Are we okay with her? What do we feel about that?
Yeah, but I never got to say that I wanted to get married.
All right.
I never answered that.
Torian.
I went
We don't care.
for a
No
long
one
time.
cares.
We
No one up here
man.
cares that you want to get
For
married.
a long
We don't
time,
care.
I didn't think I wanted to get married, but now I've just recognized the importance of it. But I also never was like shared the importance of marriage. So that's why like it's very important for anyone that's like hearing this podcast right now. Start thinking about the things that you value. What are things that are important for you in life? Like, what are the things that like you think will produce like a safe neighborhood where you can like sleep amongst your community and like you wouldn't think like, oh, somebody's gonna come and rob my house or like break into my car or do things like that. So what are the values that are
And
important
think about
to you?
living past 30. You know, life does go on past 30. You know?
Living past 60. Living past 60,
Yeah,
70.
No, that's
Torian already
true.
past 30. Yeah, that nigga old.
And then
you,
make
Roy.
a list. So I'm gonna have to make sure I rewatch the show because this show was actually fire as fuck. I actually very much enjoyed it.
Hold on. Is it fire because I couldn't talk for 45 minutes? Is that why?
Oh my
Yes.
god, maybe that was it.
Finally, I hope
that was
your
probably
niggas comment that that's a great show because you wasn't talking.
That's the
No,
common
Because it was
denominator.
me who was
They
talking.
gonna be like, wow, I don't know why, but like that first hour was amazing. No, okay. So your second thing that you're gonna write down after what your values are like write some things that you've lost respect for. You can write some things like people, like systems, maybe. What have you lost respect for? And then from there, you can see the work on like, okay, what things, yeah. I would love to see where the overlap is.
In the bed, take your clothes off in the bed.
Yeah, I
What
think.
Stanley say? To be sure, I think.
Okay, so Stan is saying, Stan, you still not okay. Let's back up. Stan said, let's back into what you first said, Stan. You said, I feel like we need to focus on the positives in the black community, and stop living in a perpetual state of victimhood. And I asked you, what are those positives? Stan, you my man, 50 grand, but Stan jumped in here and said, to be short, I don't think the statistics and demographics accurately describe the current state of black affairs. Nigga, that ain't what I asked you, right? And
I
then
mean,
he said, we are doing better than ever, thriving and shining. Okay, what I'm saying is, again, let's go back to what he said. I feel we need to focus on the positives in the black community. Okay, so he's saying we doing better than ever. I don't even know what that means because he's saying that he don't believe in the statistics. So how the hell is he quantifying that we're doing better than ever if he don't believe in the statistics?
He's like, everybody's on Instagram doing fine. Like, nigga, what? Their accounts are overdrawn, Stanley.
No, and I'm like, Stanley, you don't even count in that
savings
thing.
account. They
No,
sold their
Stanley don't
Bitcoin in
count.
2019. Okay.
And just think about how like in our
Stanley's not a part of the
grandparents-
statistics.
Like, our grandparents were getting like
Stan said, do I want a PowerPoint? Shout out to Stan. I might
Wait,
need one.
Roy, did you look up the statistics of the test when you looked up the numbers? Like, was it just heterosexuals or was it like everybody included?
Yes, he's talking heterosexuals because when he's saying the black family, he's talking about the black family structure in terms of like being able to produce children. So I forgot, I was going to say that earlier. So yeah, that's what he's taking into account. So he's not in his statistics, he's not taking into account any LGBTQ.
Yeah, which will definitely bring the score up higher because
I don't know, because a lot of these black gay niggas get with white men real quick.
And that's
but
true,
them
that's a
lesbians
good
be
point,
with
Roy.
women, black women.
That's a good point.
Do they? Raven Simone with a white woman.
Oh, gag me, but Raven.
No, I'm like, do they be getting married to them though?
But my Raven,
yeah, they do.
She like black women. I ain't gonna put her last name out there, but
shout out to my girl Raven. Raven like big booty chicks too. Shout out to Raven. Me and Raven like the same shit.
And let me say that to address the arranged marriage thing, I think that's like a terrible idea. I just feel like that would crash.
That's what you
Because like
basically. Yeah, that's what you said.
because I know because like obviously the problem is like the people being together and like genuinely being able to be together. That's like the real issue. It's like the commitment connection. So if you arrange them, they'll just like only hate each other potentially, and like then still
If
get
we arrange
divorced.
them as children, because I could think if I wanted to arrange a marriage, I already have an idea of who I would arrange my son's marriage with, and it's somebody that he already knows, and I feel like that's something that could probably
And I think
occur naturally.
to Naomi's point,
Yeah, then you wouldn't need to arrange it.
but
And
Lionel,
they don't
historically,
say, but I arranged it still. Like,
yeah,
and so it's natural. Like it was ordained. It was written. Okay.
historically, cultures that do arranged marriages, as you're raising that child, you're teaching that child how to behave in a like so everything that you're doing is showing them, hey, if you're a man, this is what you're supposed to do. If you're
Look,
a woman,
LT said it. Grooming and breeding is wild work.
well, I
'Cause that's
mean,
what y'all
like,
talking about.
well, no, that's not what we're talking about.
You talk about grooming your child to be a husband.
No, that's not what
Or
I'm saying. Because like those are buzzwords that he used. Shout out to LT, my man, 50 grand. But those are buzzwords that he
but
used.
that's
And
what
I'm
you
saying
said. That's what arranged marriage is.
no. What I'm saying is giving your
It
child
could be
instruction.
considered something like that, I guess.
No, but no. What you're
Yes,
doing
bro,
is
you just literally just said it.
no, Torin, you're giving your child instruction.
No, let
Hey,
him cook. Let him cook.
yeah, when you're giving your child instruction, telling them, hey, when you're coming into the world, when you get to your mate, here's how you should come, right? Here's what you should be doing as a man, as a woman. Here's what's expected of you, and in our culture, whatever culture it is, here's what's expected of you. So here's what I'm going to teach you, right? You might need to learn how to sew. Here's what you learn how to cook. Here, take care of a household. Take care of kids. If you're a man, here's what you need to learn in terms of decision making, how to communicate those decisions to your mate, right? All of that can be a part of that. I don't look at that and say that is grooming and breeding. I'm saying that's training, because the Bible says that you should train your child up in the way that they should go, and they will not stray. That's what the Bible says.
Because I feel like grooming is more like maybe it does just have a negative comment. That's more like
yeah, it's the same thing.
It's like you're doing this for a
Same
bias.
thing what you're
I
doing.
feel like that's if you're doing a thing, if you're doing it for a bias, like your own personal bias, that's your own personal view. But if it's like you're raising them to do the right thing, that's no problem. Like if you're raising them to like be able to function in a marriage, that's just healthy.
True, but that's based off of your biases that you're raising your child.
Well, you're saying biases, and I'm saying culture, right? If I have a culture and like here's how,
but that's what culture is. It's just full of biases that you feel like help and perpetrated your.
No, if your culture, if your community can agree that okay, and your family and your bloodline, more importantly, can agree that we get married and we have children and we pass on our blood, then that's community. That's culture. So if I deviate and say what I do is not that bitch, I do this over here, that's deviating from the culture, and that's a little bit more biased. And then if like my kid naturally is trying to like do the like marriage thing like the rest of my family, and I'm like, no, we do this, and like we isolate on Christmas, we don't come around. I'm grooming them to like versus like that's more grooming, and that's more like that way versus like okay, if it's kind of just like a community that if most people are agreed on this, especially in the bloodline or your immediate family, then that's just raising them, that's just raising them, right? It's just raising them. But because you don't want to give that a bad connotation just because that's important. That's what people don't have. That's like when you get to date someone and like you realize, oh shit, when I came to your house, it was filthy. Like you actually don't clean.
Damn.
It's because they was not being told to keep a house. People don't know how to keep a home.
Right.
Like then you like realize that people aren't being taught these things. It's not their fault, right? They just don't know.
Yeah. No, that's so important because I think people can take that for granted, and then when they start getting out into the world, they're like, oh, like for me, it was very like weird when I started first dating. I was like, oh, hold on, like she's not okay. And then I was like, oh, not everybody was raised like that, right? Because I saw, like, I was a boy. It's just me and my sister. So I know the way I was raised and what I was taught to do, and I watched what my sister was taught to do. And I was like, okay, my mom is teaching her that because that's what she's expecting to her grow up as a young woman. That's what's expected. And so I was like, okay. And then when I didn't see that from certain women, like I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? And then I was like, oh, that wasn't taught to them, right? And so you start seeing that like certain stuff isn't taught to people. And so that's why, to your point, I agree, Lionel, and Naomi was mentioning this. I'm gonna combine both of the points. Yes, we do need to probably get to like a community thing, but there needs to be some type of structure with the community. So what's the structure going to be? Is it going to be religion? Is it going to be, EFI? Like whatever that's going to be, that's fine. But there needs to be some type of agreement in that, in whatever particular community that you're in, that we're saying that we're going to rear these kids up in. Because right now, I feel like we got like, I'm in San Antonio. When I go to the east side, which is where most of the black folks live, it's a free for all over there right now. If I'm being honest, like ain't nobody really got no real structure. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of just doing their thing, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But like now you got kids raising kids. You got, you know what I'm saying? Like there is no big homie. There is no mother of the church. There is no guidance.
That is so true. That was one of the things I had. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was one of the things I had realized, like with Cash, because there was a time I hadn't gone back home to Arkansas for maybe like probably from the time Cash was born. I think he went for the first time when he was like 4 or 5, and so it had been a while. I think last time I was there, I was pregnant with him, and so my mom, she didn't live like when me and my baby daddy are living in Houston. Like we had no family. Like I already had no family in San Antonio aside from like my mom, because all my people were like in Dallas or up in Arkansas or whatever. Right. And so with my son, when he was born, like I was like, damn, he was raised by 20 somethings like his whole life. Like he's about to be 9. Me and his dad just turned 30, right? Like, so he's been raised by kids his whole life, even like when it came to our friends, like so the people that like he was looking up to, like his uncle, his aunt, like they're still just 20 somethings. And right. But now it is so much different because we go down to Arkansas, and so like when I go and it's my great grandmother, so my grandmother, my son's great grandmother, like he has had to like get trained up in the ways of like how to respect these older people. Like these are really your elders, like because if you get in trouble, like I can't help you, like that's my grandma. Like I don't know what you want me to do, like and I can't check them. If you want to go tell your grandma, like that's her mom, so like who are you gonna turn to? Oh, you just gotta respect it. Oh, okay, this is just like, and this is love. And my grandmother was saying this to me because sometimes I feel kind of way like she getting on to my son, like don't be doing too much to my baby, but like my grandma, and she don't even got to whoop kids, right? Like my grandma, she got that different type of thing, and she was just like telling me, she was like, I ain't never gonna tell him wrong, like like no matter like how you feel, like I'm just trying to raise him up right and teach him. And so she be saying, like she was telling me too, like because she is seeing like what's going on just in our small town. Like we're a small town, but we're like one of the highest like murder rate capitals in America. And so like she's seeing a lot of the things that are missing. And so it is very important to just like give the grace to the elders, like, and then just try to at least get the knowledge. Like get the knowledge of whatever you can. Like I actually want to do like a video series of my grandmother, like do a little audio biography. Yeah. Like just so it's like, okay, well, tell me your life story. Like now that she's gonna be 85, you know what? I'm actually gonna do that for her birthday. Like so it's like, okay.
I'm doing that right now with my great aunts because like with my grandmother's sisters, because my grandmother passed when I was in high school. So like it's funny because she passed when I was like a freshman or a sophomore in high school. And so like I lost before I finished high school, I had no grandparents, right? So like my, you know what I'm saying? So like it's funny, I always tell everybody like I didn't get to experience my parents be parented. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is like, I think when people see that, that's a different experience. When like the person that's disciplining you, like you said, like, okay, who gonna check? Like, I didn't get to see that because unfortunately, by the time I was like a sophomore, junior in high school, all of my grandparents was already deceased on both sides, you know what I'm saying, of the family. So I didn't get to see, you know what I'm saying, that as I got older, you know what I'm saying, when I was like, could really comprehend. So like, that's the whole thing. And Stan said something here, and I want to comment on it because Stan said, we talk a lot about marriage, but not enough about life insurance, home equity, and financial institutions in the Black home. I agree with that, Stan. Here's the problem though. If you don't have a family structure, right? And you got life insurance, like I don't know what that like I agree. Like me and my homies from I got multiple chats. I got a Houston chat with all my niggas I grew up with from like junior high. And we were just talking about like the importance of having life insurance and like, you know, how like we didn't know about stocks till we got like in college or maybe a little bit older and we started investing and stuff like that. So like, yes, that's important. I do agree that's important. But like, it's also important to talk about like your community and like what you're doing. Like, how are you rearing up these kids, right? Like how are you going to raise them? Like, because like people are having kids, they have no clue how they're just having kids just to have. They're just having kids just to. Let me be very blunt. Yeah, let me be very blunt. These kids are just products of fucking, right? It was no intentions. It was just I was just fucking her. She was fucking me. She ended up having a baby. Like, oh, she didn't even know she was pregnant. She was still drinking for the first 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Then she started showing and then took a test and then now she's pregnant, right? So like, we got to be very honest about that. We got to be honest about the music right now. Like all of that, I think plays a role. Like the music right now is giving us a frequency, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna be very, 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 very super vulnerable. I haven't cried in a long time. But I do runs. I do my few mile runs on Wednesdays, Saturdays, some Sundays, but typically it's like Wednesday because I typically don't play basketball. Although I did today. I played ball today, so I didn't run. Typically, I don't play ball and I do runs on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Is like I do like my long runs and I have my headphones in and I do my runs. So last Saturday, I'm doing my long run. I got my headphones in. And I got a couple of different playlists that I do for like my inspirational music. I tried to listen to podcasts on my runs and it don't hit the same. I time myself. My time when I'm listening to podcasts is way slower than when I'm listening to music. And we all know why that is because of the frequency, right? The frequency of listening to the music and like. So this past Saturday, I'm running and man, I'm not even 2 minutes into my run. And I'm listening to my inspirational music. And like out of nowhere, I just start streaming crying. True story. Just streaming fucking crying out of nowhere. I'm like, I listen to these songs all the time. Why the fuck am I crying now? You know what I'm saying? Just like out of nowhere, those songs hit me different for whatever fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of different stuff going on in life with like me, close friends, family, all that stuff. The shit just hit different. And just like I'm running. I got my weight vest on and shit, my headphones on, my little hoodie on and shit. I'm running. And
that just sounds like it feels so good.
Yeah, I'm just streaming, like crying as I'm running. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like this shit is like fucking me up. You know what I'm saying?
Is
like,
that why you hit the group chat? It was like,
so.
It was like, what's going on? You was like, Naomi.
I was just I was just like crying, like out of nowhere.
And it was hella shit popping off. Actually,
and then like the next, like I switched songs. I was like, okay, fuck this song, right? I'm like, fuck this song. Like I'm trying to get away from it, right? I switched songs. And then the next song, I'm crying. I'm like, what the hell is going on with me right now, right? Like I'm not even like, when I say I don't cry, I'm not on like some tough guy shit. It's just like I just don't really get like that emotional. But for whatever reason, man, those songs were like hitting me for whatever reason, and it was just like I needed to cry that day.
That's
like
good.
I like the whole,
you should be
like,
more open up to crying.
I mean, like the whole like it's like almost a 3 mile run. I'm just like damn near crying like the whole fucking run. Like every other song, I'm just like crying, like goddamn. You know what I'm saying? It was just like. You know, it was just it was an experience. I put it that way. It was an experience. You know what I'm saying? And I welcomed it. I didn't try to fight it. I was like, okay, whatever's happening, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally running with my hands. I'm running like this with my hands to the sky. Like I'm running like that, like running. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like whatever's coming, I'm willing to accept. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, bring it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? Like, and that was a wild experience because I've never had
Oh,
anything
and
like.
that's so good. It sounds like a lot of clearing. And what did I tell you? I told you it was like the full moon. I think it was the day before the full moon. Mercury was just about to station direct, or was just stationing direct. We had just come off Friday the 13th, which was a lot of divine feminine energy, which, and then like the Schumann resonance have been popping off like whole time, that whole week. So, yeah. So, and I think I think the next wave of like superpowers finna hit again, because people caught that girl crazy, but superpowers actually hit when she said. And I feel like this winter solstice, 4 years after like that first conjunction, knowing we're about to have another conjunction in January, on January 25th, I feel like winter solstice, more superpowers are activated, like, or more people are like waking up, or like they have access to that, or like the access has been there, but people are gonna take access and recognize.
I was like so. I was like so tripping out. I was just like running, and I'm just like, what is happening?
It sounded like you had some shrooms. Were you on some shrooms?
Nah, it was my normal run. Like it's my normal Saturday run. It was the same songs I listened to. It was like the same trail. And for whatever reason, man, on that Saturday, like all the fucking songs, everything
Well,
that
it's
like,
not for whatever reason. It's just it was that time.
it
You
was.
you gotta release. You can put a cup under a faucet, and that bitch is gonna hold for so long. But, I mean, you're a
That shit was
human,
just
so you
like,
got more capacity than the cup, right? Then you realize how strong humanity is. Like you can bend, That's what I was thinking the other day, because somebody was telling me like, yeah, life is like challenging and life is tough. I'm just like, and like you're obviously tougher because you still here telling me about life. It ain't clock you. So like you obviously humans are strong, and like you can hold a lot, but like that just goes to show like there's only so much you can hold. Like at some point, but then you got to be more intentional and look into, and a lot of people probably should look into just going inward and seeing how the fuck do I feel? Like, how do
right.
I
Yeah, no,
feel?
real shit.
Then
Real
turns
shit.
out, bitch, you traumatized, you scared, you hurt, you like, you're overlooking a lot
No,
of
it'd
shit.
be so much fear there. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck?
And then
There's
you
so
just
much
address
fear
it.
and worry here.
Yeah, and you address it and remember and
Like, why?
realize that you're safe, and like those are things to just realize. But you also gotta just cry it out and let your person love you and like be open. Like this is what the fuck is, like let them love you through that. And it's gone, is behind you. But that's good, like that you cry. Crying is the human part. Imagine talking to AI, or like the thing with Kamala and like Michelle Obama. I was like, there's just that thing that she don't got. It's just like the sauce. Like you can't teach
Right.
that or buy that. And that's
Right.
like AI, like the robots. You ain't gonna be able to teach them how to cry or like really feel that type of empathy. And like
Right.
that's gonna be superpower for real. Someday I'm talking about superpowers. The more they create these machines that do all things, it's gonna be a superpower to be able to say, bitch, I feel like this right now. Because, you know, that's the power that we have as humans, and to be alive. When you don't feel, we all know that's when it's like apparently it's done. But while you can feel, you have to allow yourself the space to. And that's a
Yeah.
part of love. That's a part of allowing yourself to be loved. And you realize that that's a part of growing your marriage. Even when you end the marriage, people, it's not just like, oh, people be married like the whole time. Oh shit, that's you turn the heat turns on now. Like now the game begins, and like you really have to know this person. You have to be committed for real, and like you grow the marriage and shit like that. And that's
Yeah.
how. That's how. So good job.
Yeah, man. That shit really, I was,
We do
man.
good work here. We do good work on this podcast. I'll say that. Like we do good work in this bitch, if nothing else.
It fucked me up. I was trying to like calculate, like, when was the last time I cried? I was like, okay, I don't remember when it was. It's been at least 20 years. Goddamn it. I don't be crying like that.
Yeah.
And I was
Well,
just like,
I hope you're more open to crying And
like that was the thing. Like I've never been like opposed to it. It's just like
you
never,
must
like,
have if you didn't cry for 20 years, because there's just no way that life didn't do shit to you that made you want to cry. In 20 years, there's no way.
It's just like, but like I couldn't even try to fight it. Like it was, that was the experience. And that's why I was like, I started running just with my, like something to say, just like lift your hands, right? Just like lift your hands and just like, yeah, just like submit to like whatever the fuck is coming. Pause. Like whatever's coming down, just like, all right, I'm gonna catch you, like whatever this is, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, it's here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like run and just lift your hands, right? Like keep don't stop running, keep running, but just like lift your hands and just like whatever this is, just like allow
Glory to God.
Yeah, just like
glory to God.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, here we go. Fuck it, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, wow, and it was so crazy because it was like, damn, these are the songs I listen to all the time. Like it's literally my inspirational playlist. Like most of the songs, like I'm a weird nigga. So like my oldest daughter, because she's the oldest, I give her like a bunch of like hard tasks just because she's the oldest. Fuck it. That's what I was given too. So she knows in her phone, she has my funeral playlist. I gave this to her when she was like 10 years old. I put it on her plate.
That was horrifying.
Nah, I was like, hey, listen, when your daddy goes, like, here's, you the oldest, so here's what I want you to do. Boom, boom, boom. So like she has, and like most of the songs I run to are on that playlist because I love those fucking songs. They're my inspirational songs. And so it's like, it's not, I was just like, why the fuck am I crying? I remember like when the first day, I was like, why the fuck am I crying? And then it was like, I couldn't stop. I was like, okay, shit. Okay. What the fuck is happening? So it was a wild run. So I don't know what this Saturday I got. Thankfully, my nephew got a all-star football game. I ain't got to run this Saturday.
You scared to run?
I'm scared to run now. I ain't gonna run. I'm nervous to say I didn't run today. I usually run on Wednesday. I'm like, nah, I'm not running today. Fuck that run.
Oh my goodness, go run.
Oh, I'm scared.
Crying's good for you. Look it up. Google that.
Like the running, that's when I usually clear my mind. I usually run and I'm just like,
what do you think crying does? I promise, go Google the benefits of crying. Anybody who ain't cried like this month or last month, go look up the benefits of crying.
He was probably telling me, nigga, you ain't cried in some years. You need to cry before this new year. You need to get this shit out of you. And I cried for like damn near 3 miles.
and you realize your power, like when you look at a thing in yourself, like when you look at that, like really, like why haven't I cried? Then you just
hold on. Stan said, do you got Sam Cooke in the playlist? No. Let me tell you why. Because growing up, every time I heard that goddamn Sam Cooke song, somebody dies in the movie. So I never played goddamn Sam Cooke. It's the worst song in the history of black movies. Every time that goddamn song gets played, somebody dies. So fuck that song. I never played. As soon as they hit that first note, I was born by the river. Boom, fast forward for me, nigga. I'm not listening.
Why did I think of that song? There's like a TikTok song that's like remixes that. That's like I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass.
There you go. Look, he already knew change gonna come. I do not play change gonna come. Like I'm scared of that song. I'm literally scared of that song. I never like to this day as an adult, I've never played that song all the way through. Fuck that song. I hate that song.
Wow.
Like I just saw too many people die in movies. Like I'm traumatized by that song. And like he died like young.
So you need to go ahead and cry.
I did. Lionel, goddamn, I ain't doing no more crying. 2025, no crying.
No, more crying for 2025.
He's like 2050.
Yeah, I went 20 years without crying. So now I got into what's that? 2044. 2044. I'll catch y'all again.
Wow, by then we're gonna be past we're gonna have to pass the no strings.
We're gonna be doing no strings still, goddamn it.
No, it's gonna be Cash, it's gonna be Gabby, Royce, Ocean, Nas. They're gonna be running the show.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right, let's get up out of here for tonight. Thank you everybody for joining us. Goddamn, we lost people one by we lost all the first of all, fuck all the bright skinned people because all of them left one by one. So to hell. We might try to get something going on for y'all before the end of the year. Maybe one more show, maybe a Tuesday or a Thursday. We'll see. Before the end of the year. We'll see what we can do. But if this is the last show of the new year, then man, it's been a great year. I'm thankful for everybody that's come on the show. Thankful for obviously for all of y'all that's been on the show. Thankful for the people that have listened, that have shared the show. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do and keep us going, keep us motivated. Man, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy having a conversation. We just regular folk. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a podcast with rappers or with entertainers, right? This is a podcast with like real folks that is talking about real shit. So we really enjoy doing this and conversing with everybody. Shout out to everybody that's listening in the audio form as well, man. We had a huge month in China. We had a huge month in China and in Germany the last couple of months. So shout out over there as well. You know, they really receiving us over there. So shout out to them. And yeah, man, thank everybody that's rocked with us over the years on No Strings. We appreciate y'all, man.
Happy New Year. If I don't see you.
Peace, y'all. We out.